by the way?
She's sponsored by somebody with the last name Brown, I believe. All right, we're live.
We're live. Okay.
I'll go say
All
something.
right. So, hey, folks, Jordan Schultz here. I'm coming to you live from Cannon Beach, Oregon. Here, I'm hanging out at Rachel's house right here. We're both here in this studio apartment, so we're both on the same computer watching the Hangout live right here. It's literally amazing. Like yesterday, I walked down, and you might have seen some videos from me if you pay attention to me at all, which you should definitely pay attention to everything I say tonight. But the beach is literally right down there, and so I get to walk down to the beach like 4 times yesterday and watch the sunset and go walk there early in the morning. It's absolutely amazing. And so I'm on I think this is like my 18th vacation so far this year. And really quick before we get into this, Rachel, what did we do as far as work goes today? I mean, she's been working hard because she's going through the brand new member webinar, the hangout that Dave and Dave did down in Miami and whatnot. But did I do anything for work today?
We read.
Yeah, we read some books for a little bit, and that was right when I ended up calling Chris, and there was some guys smashing live crabs on the pier next to us. I had to get up and leave because they were like, these crabs were still kicking their legs and they were like pulling their backs out. I was like, oh God, okay. So I had to leave it. We had to leave at that point. So we read a chapter in a book, but we spent most of the day just kind of going around and checking out some stuff around Oregon here. And the cool thing, we actually did a training a while back, and some of you might remember this. We did a training about how to automate your business. And so literally last night I spent a few hours doing a lot of work, catching up on a lot of things because we haven't worked in a long time. We were at that all-in retreat that we had, which we're gonna talk about here, this all-in retreat, how amazing it was, the transformations people had at that mansion in Breckenridge. And we're going to pull some of them out to share what transformations they had so that when you pay attention tonight, you too might be able to transform the way that these people did this past week. But the cool thing is I made $1,725 today, literally doing nothing. And, the cool thing is I'm going to tell you right now that that's not normal. There's a link down below this that says income disclosure. And I like what Tony Rush said. He said, no, my results are not average because what average people do, average people get average results, and average results fucking suck. He didn't say fucking suck, but, I'm going to say that in there. I'm going to throw that in there because I like that word, and it gets the point across a little bit more. And it makes Amy laugh. So, I always like it when Amy laughs and smiles on the Hangouts.
I love it when you curse.
When I drop the F-bombs, and I like it when Amy drops the F-bombs from time to time, too. That's pretty exciting.
What the fuck?
We're not 3 minutes into this thing, and you're already dropping F-bombs.
Well, I did it for Jordan.
So, typically we're gonna start off here with a little bit of recognition and whatnot, and introducing these crazy folks to the right and to the left of me. I don't know which way is which here. I've got one thing, guys, that I do want to talk about before we get into bringing people out tonight, that I had written down because it's probably a common question that a lot of people have when they get in, and a lot of people that are brand new literally get all in right away. They decide to buy everything right away because they want all the products, they want all the training, they want the top-notch marketing and whatnot. And so I want to talk to those people that get in and get all in right away, and some of the people that buy a lot of the different products. I want to talk about that. So I don't know, does any one of you have something to say before we start doing recognition, or how do we want to do this?
Amy?
Something to say about being all in?
No, about tonight.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm excited about tonight
Say
because
something about being all into if you want to. I
yeah.
don't know.
Well, I'm really excited about tonight because we just had the most amazing week. I mean, we planned this retreat knowing. I mean, I think we all kind of knew it was going to be awesome, but I don't think we had any idea how awesome it was going to be, like the type of transformation that happened, and how many people were crying when they were leaving and crying at the airport and having to be taken care of by security. And
who did that?
Solomon was so sad at the airport that the security guard came up to him and he said he was having a hard time leaving his family. So it was just a lot of real bonding happened, a lot of huge breakthroughs and transformation. Some of the best training I've ever seen. I was just in awe of Chris Rushlow the entire time. Just had no idea he knew some of the things that he knows. And
Chris is a gangster.
I also had no idea that he's been holding out all this stuff.
Let's start about that.
Me and Chris.
I've been saying the
3
whole
a.m.
thing. I've been saying the
conversations.
same stuff the whole time. You guys just finally decided to listen.
Well,
No, it was really, really, really good. And so as far as being all in, it's worth it to be all in just to partake in what we had. I mean, we had all of our meals cooked for us. We had a horseshoe pit and a hammock and a hot tub and a fire pit where we played guitar. And then we also just had a lot of value packed in between all of the just downtime and fun and stuff. And yeah, I mean, it was above and beyond what I even fathomed it.
How good were those fajitas, by the way?
Oh my God, the food was so
that rice
good.
and beans, I've never tasted Mexican rice and beans like that. I was like, I'm going to, I was actually, when he was cooking that, I'm like, I'm going to maybe teach him a few things about rice and beans because I know how to cook rice and beans. And then I ate them. I was like, all right, shut up. Those were delicious.
The prime rib was good.
Oh, yeah.
Just the service in general. Everything, like, I said to Chris, I'm like, there's a lot going on and we're a little frazzled, but it doesn't look like we are.
Well, speak for yourself.
I even got a little frazzled the first day. I'll be honest with you guys. That's abnormal, but I got frazzled the first day.
We had massages going on the first day, which was awesome. And Jordan was kind of in charge of that. That's really the only thing Jordan had to do the whole time.
I know.
Was coordinate the massages, and that was on the first day. So that's why he was.
Yeah,
that was a little stressful.
Stressful. Don't tell me about stressful. All right. Yeah. It's so funny because by Wednesday, or I think it was by Wednesday, when Jordan's jobs were completely done, right? He starts getting online trying to find the places for the next retreat in 3 months or 6 months, and he starts showing me like, hey, Bali, hey, all these cool places we can go to, and me and Amy are looking at each other like,
Bali's in a year.
We're just.
Chris is in my room going, I can't believe he's doing this. Like, we're not even through day 2 yet. We have so
me and
much
Amy
to
are
do.
stressing in there just trying to get through it, just trying to make sure everybody has everything they need and working out all the details. And Jordan's like, hey, what about the next one, guys? This is awesome. And we're like, are you kidding me right now?
Yeah, but how many people looked at those pictures and were like, I am doing whatever it takes to make enough money to be there? Because quite honestly, the next all-in event is not going to be $250 a person. No. It was awesome this time around, and it's exciting. But next time around is going to be a little different, but it's also going to be very amazing. And the people that are going to be there are going to be making money.
Well, we knew this time around this was a gift to the team, to the people that have been with us from the start, that got in all in early, that hit that cutoff, and because we did a lot of cool things, we actually filmed a team video on Friday. And we're going to be using that, for the team.
It's going to be so good.
Oh my God. And we did all this stuff, and so
I'm
we
getting
really
a boner
offered
right
this
now,
as a
Amy.
gift.
Thinking about that video.
We knew that at the end of the day we would be coming out of pocket for a lot of this for people, but we wanted them to step up and at least, in good faith, do something. And it did help offset some costs that we found out really helped us out later in the end here, but and as a lot of you really noticed that throughout the week I was probably the one that seemed more stressed than anybody, but I will have to say that I enjoyed myself and was so fulfilled and so overwhelmed with joy with what I saw go on throughout the week that I really don't have words for it. Really, it's all about what I'm here to do, what we're here to do, and I saw it all happening before my eyes, and I wouldn't take it back for anything.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it was. The biggest takeaway that I got was how much of how this team is just. I've never seen anything like it before in Empower Network or anywhere else in the world, for that matter. Like this type of community and the family of it, and just the type of people. I mean, I've been in some amazing communities before, but the like-mindedness of the people on our team. And the fact that we went through an entire week living in close quarters together for that many days and had 0 issues, and that says a lot about who we are as human beings and this team. So I'm highly impressed with. I was highly impressed with our team anyway, but after this week, I'm just really
solidify some things inside what you already believed. Because I did realize that we are like a family. Mm-hmm. And really getting to know some people. An interesting thing, and I had the opportunity to chat with a lot of different people one-on-one basis, but one that really inspired me, and I'm not going to get into his story at all. Maybe he'll share some of it later, or maybe he'll share it on another hangout in the future when we're talking about breakthroughs and whatnot, and he's talking about his actual story and whatnot versus just the weekend. But Solomon, I had the privilege to sit and hear his story for about an hour or so. the one day, and it was absolutely amazing to really connect with people and really find out where they had come from, what they had been through, who they really were deep down on the inside, and why they're doing what they're doing. Why people are really doing what we're doing, because it's not just about the money here. It's not just about the money in Empower Network, but it's especially not just about the money here in our team and Be the Change team. It's so exciting to hear that from people and really understand what they're going through, because everyone goes through different things. There's a lot of people that we connected with, and you learn what they're going through. Everyone goes through different things. They all have different breakthroughs they need to have. They all have different, limiting beliefs or different beliefs they have to break through and get rid of, or things they have to change, or circumstances they're in. And so it's really cool to get to know that one-on-one and understand that when they do break through, we've got some powerful people with us. We've got some amazingly powerful people working with us.
Yeah, absolutely. And before I throw it down here, because we just kind of went on a tangent here before, we're going to get us some quick recognition here as well for some new people and throw it over to Landon and Thomas here in a second. But I did want to say one thing about this. When we did have, a lot of the training there, and we heard Solomon's story, we heard everybody's story as we got them recorded on professional HD cameras. And we had Katie there, who's a professional photographer. She had a very high definition, expensive camera that we were shooting all the testimonial videos on. We brought in Jabril, who is the traffic expert behind four of the top 27 marketers in Empower Network, and basically does all their traffic, writes all their copy, writes all their ads. And amazing guy, and we brought him up to hang out, and it's not real easy to get Jabril, and we really kind of worked on him throughout the weekend of the event to get him there, and he was just transformative. I think everybody can agree that him being able to tell, coach people and understanding how to tell stories, that was one thing for me that I actually taught how to tell your story in the Costa Rica Mastermind Intensive product, and I've always known how to do this in a certain way. And even when back in the days, for those of you who haven't been around, when me and David Wood were running weekly meetings up in Fairbanks, Alaska, building another company years ago, the first thing we ever taught someone was how to tell their story in 45 seconds to a minute, and to get it down and to get it, how you present it the right way. And that helped our team grow really, really fast. And for some reason, I kind of started to ignore the power of someone's story, because as a marketer, you realize that it's how you present things is what's so important when you're marketing online. And what you have to start with, if someone's going to join you, is you have to tell them your story. You have to tell them who you are so that they can relate with you. And when I spent time with Jabril before the retreat, he helped me reignite and understand even deeper, on a deeper level, the power of telling your story that somebody who has no success yet can use to be able to start creating success so much quicker for themselves. And so I was actually reignited by it and totally energized by understanding how to present your story and pulling out the elements of it that helped you connect with your audience the best way. And so when we were able to bring that to the training in the all-in retreat, people were just like, wow, I didn't realize this was so powerful. And then I taught it, and then we brought Jabril in to fine-tune people after they went through a workshop and a workbook on how to actually tell that properly. And now people really went away from there knowing like they could just, they got it down in less than a minute, and they're able to tell their story at any time. And that's really the foundation of someone who's going to be marketing, is to be able to tell their story in this industry. And whether or not it's a success story yet or not actually doesn't matter. The most important thing is the stories. And so just from that alone, people got so much value. And we're actually going to be putting we recorded the training, and we're actually going to be putting in the back team training site for people, for new people to learn how to do as well. So I just know that that's going to put the team on steroids in terms of growth for everybody anyway. So, oh yeah. So anyways, before we take all the time here, I want to throw it on over to Landon. How you doing, bud?
Oh, dude, I'm good, man. I am excited. I got back and I was super, super tired, so I slept for 24 hours straight. And then last night I was barely able to sleep at all. I'm not eating because I'm just so excited all the time about what we're doing. It's crazy. I mean, it's crazy. I've taken the last 15 days off in my business, and I made more money this month than I've ever made in my life. And
it's so
it's
awesome. Nothing compares to the food at the event, so you're just not eating anymore, right? And so we go to the next
Pretty
home.
much. I was like, I have no one to make me prime rib tonight.
I know.
Eat.
Right, and quick
I've had my
shout-out.
friends bringing me food since I got home because I don't remember how to cook.
Quick. I mean, we gotta give credit where credit is due.
Tim was amazing.
I mean, he may not be listening, but Tim stepped in when we were supposed to have a cook, which was Jordan's brother was going to come in, and he had to cancel kind of really close to the event last minute. And Tim just stepped in and said, "Look, I'll do it. I'll handle it." On top of all of the other stuff he does as my personal assistant and my senior marketing director and all the stuff he does for my company, and then also being able to take care of the team and run the event and be my event coordinator all at the same time, and then pick up running and coordinating the retreat as well as cooking every meal for us.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about Superman. Like I gave him like 3 or 4 days off after we left. I just said, dude, go sleep. I mean, he put in 112 hours last week.
Jesus.
Just working for us. I mean, kind of talk about a one-man band. I mean, that was insane and amazing what he pulled off. So I just and a lot of you who were there, just you guys know Tim. If you haven't heard of Tim, he's the guy behind the guy behind the guy.
And he still managed to cocktail with us every night at the end
I
of the
know,
night.
right? Yeah, I mean,
how are you doing this, man? Like brings me back to my days of working in the kitchen 15 hours a day, cocktailing every night and working.
Yeah, so
Tim's a Superman.
Tim usually isn't on the Hangouts. He may or may not be listening tonight. I'm not sure, but just quick shout out there. And for those of you, when you see him at the next event, just come up to him and tell him how much you appreciate him, because without him, we wouldn't have made barely any of this happen the way it did. So anyway, so Thomas, how you doing, bud?
Good. How are you?
Recovering.
See,
now
I'm still chat lagging, and it's only 2-hour difference.
Yeah. And Thomas, you had to cut out early from the retreat, but you were there for a couple days. Yeah, and what was your experience of it? You got to experience some of the family environment there.
Yeah. I mean, I basically got to experience our Facebook group in real life, and it's exactly what I imagined it to be. It's a family environment. You can talk to each person like it's your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad, and the feeling alone is just overwhelming. I hated to leave the mansion early, but I had good reasons, and I was watching our Facebook group really, really closely to see any updates from you guys, anything important, and then.
Can I hear it too?
And that's it. Hey, guys.
Hey, Angela, Katie.
Hey.
Hey.
I'm just wondering if I unplug my headphones so Katie can hear, if there's going to be like a lot of feedback. I don't know.
Let's just go ahead and try it and see. There might be a little bit.
Okay.
I can't see Angela. Can you guys see her?
Really?
We can see her, yeah.
I just see a picture.
Yeah, Amy, it may be on your side with your browser because you were having trouble getting on in the first place.
Yeah.
Maybe over time. Are you using Chrome or Firefox?
I'm on Chrome right now.
Chrome normally works well for me, but Firefox always gives me trouble. Although Chrome is giving me trouble tonight.
We'll see.
If it does, just plug it in. I usually when Chris is here, I listen in the other room, so.
Cool.
Well, we can hear you with no feedback right now.
Awesome. Cool. Well, great.
But I want to see you now, Angela.
Yeah, so now that you're here, Angela and Katie, feel free, tell us your thoughts of the retreat over the week and just your overall experience of it.
I mean, that was one of the best things. It's definitely the best thing actually that I've ever done in this industry. A couple of years ago, I went out to Costa Rica to do a retreat with Dave and Dave. Before they were even Dave and Dave, and there was 10 people there, and this was even better than that in my opinion. I mean, we did so much stuff, and the mansion was so cool, and the cooking was so cool. I'm really missing having a chef. really missing that a lot.
I had to make my own dinner tonight. It sucked.
I know. We're all missing the chef.
Every single day, I'm I really want somebody to cook my meals. So.
Shit, Angela even ate prime rib, which she's a vegetarian.
She had a big breakthrough around being a vegetarian.
Hey, really quick, everyone. You guys might notice a link at the top there, and there's a username on the end of it. And if you're in the team already, go ahead and post that on Facebook. Write something like, we're learning some secrets that they only taught at the All-In Retreat at the Breckenridge Mansion right now. Get here. And then post a link with your username on the end of it so people come to the Hangout. We've got about 330 people on, and I believe if you guys, everyone on this Hangout right now goes and posts that link right now, I believe we can get 400 or 500 people on here. If every single one of you decides to do that right now, we can do that. And guess what? When the people join, when the people decide to join, they're joining your team. So it's pretty cool stuff. And, if you're not in yet, you can decide to join right now, and then you can actually put your username on the end of that link and go ahead and invite your people from Facebook to come over here saying exactly what I just said. We're learning some secrets from an all-in retreat at a Breckenridge Mansion that were never revealed before now. So come join us and then post the link there on Facebook. Get some people here. You might even get some sign-ups on your first day in Empower Network in our team. It would be amazing. Someone Amy's gone.
Is she back now?
She's back.
All right, so how about Katie? Is Katie still there?
Hello.
There you are.
I thought it was amazing. It definitely gives you sort of a family feel, and just hanging out with everyone for 5 days, and even when we weren't doing anything scheduled, to just come upstairs and see 15 people just sitting in the dining room area, all with their computers out, and like Angela would start talking, and all of a sudden there's like 8 people around her, or Landon would pull out his computer and everybody's just on top of him. But it was just so nice to mastermind and just have so many people there that are doing different things, that are all available to help and just really wanting to help people. It was really awesome.
Absolutely. It was cool. It was awesome. It really, really was. Just a family feel. I
just want to say, Landon's so sexy, he doesn't need a computer to get 15 people all around him.
I just walk in the room.
Especially when he comes stumbling out of his room the first morning with no clothes on. Get some clothes on, Landon.
It's that one.
But you know what? Rest assured, once he starts putting clothes on, you can be sure that it's that red tank top. All week long.
I've literally been wearing it for like 4 days.
That's the shirt that he's wearing in our team video, too. So you'll be.
See, he can wear shirts longer than anybody else. He hasn't hit puberty yet. So
right. I don't smell as bad yet.
Like David Wood said, by the time he's 14, imagine how much money he'll be making.
That's hilarious.
Do you remember when he hit this weekend? I mean, I remember when he hit.
His balls dropped.
When his balls dropped?
Who wants to tell that story?
We'll wait till Bree gets on for that one.
Yeah, I just got a text back from Bree, and she'll come out a little bit. She just did HoloSync. She's a little discombobulated at the moment. She just got done doing that. So yeah, we'll bring her out here in a little bit. Nice. Let her tell that story. It's hilarious. So let's quickly jump in here before we get too far into it. Let's jump into some quick recognition. We have a little bit of recognition, a lot of upgrades. So let's jump into that. Jordan, you got your list there?
Yeah, I've got a list of everyone. Do you just want me to plow through it really quick?
Yeah, let's just go. Let's just roll right through it. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go quick here. And if I miss anyone else, feel free to jump in here. First off, we got. Well, I'm hearing like a weird freaking ticking noise all of a sudden.
Noise. I wonder who that. I noticed Landon reached over and touched something, and then it stopped.
Okay.
Look at him.
Landon's got magical powers.
As you're touching this cord.
All right.
You guys.
I think that was the funniest part of the whole retreat was when I taught everyone how to do their stories. Like they all one by one would go to Landon and be like, Landon, put some hypnotic elements in here. How do I hypnotize this? How do I hypnotize people in this story?
That's awesome.
Maybe you should talk to Chris.
That's where I sent to everyone. Like, hey,
20 people later, I'm like, I'm good for the night, guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to wait till.
I still like our idea of all of us moving in together, but I'm one big place.
Landon said that he was like, we just all need to get a big place and move in together. I was like, Landon, Colts to do that.
So we could chant things in the morning together.
I've got an idea. We could buy them. We could buy $20 million mansions around the world, and then have them be timeshares only for our team. Only for the people in our team, and we get to go there when and if we're like, hey, I'm going there and I don't want to see any of you, get out of my life for a week, then we could go to the one and say, this is mine for the week and I don't want to see anyone else here, and then we could have our retreats at one of our different mansions around the world.
I told you we have the opportunity to buy a villa in Mexico that my friend just built these amazing villas in. Remember, Chris and Jordan, I asked you if you wanted to chip in with me. Well, we should.
I remember nothing of the sort.
Okay. Well, I think we should buy one.
Okay, let's do it.
I must have been out of body and channeling at the time.
For a change.
It's known to happen from time to time.
For a change. Yeah, Chris, you must have been channeling all weekend because you were literally amazing the shit out of me. I'm like, I don't even know Chris knows that stuff.
I don't understand where you guys are coming from. I've been saying the same stuff the whole time.
Yeah, but maybe you just sounded more amazing. You know, you just sounded sexier, or
maybe we were just so tired that you just were more.
Ooh, yeah, maybe I went into trance because I was so sleepy.
It had Landon coming behind everyone and quickly putting, some info and hypnotizing them.
Fairy dust on everyone.
I just walked by like this.
No wonder. That makes sense now. All right, let me plow through this list here, and then I do got to talk about one thing before we start pulling people out because it's pretty important, guys, and you guys might feel the need to add in on this. But so really quickly, Nick East just upgraded to the Costa Rica Mastermind. Congratulations. Andrew Hobart went all in, and he's a new member, so he went all in pretty quickly there, and he's on Colleen Dye's team. So congratulations, Colleen, for bringing in Andrew. And then we got Liz Hamilton, went to the Costa Rica Mastermind, and it says the 415K formula. That sounds like a good formula. I'd like to make $415,000 a month. That's awesome, but I think the 4 is the money sign. So 15K formula, awesome, Liz. Congratulations. Bianca Wolsenek went all in this week, and congratulations to my man Thomas over there for literally, I don't think, he didn't even know that he made the money. I actually texted him, I'm like, congrats on your 3K. He's like, what?
I was doing ziplining at the moment, and I was standing on the
3K while ziplining. That's the BTP formula.
Get this, I was standing on the platform. It was like the 4th or the 5th jump, and there was a sign. It says leap of faith, and a minute before I jumped, I looked at my text message, and Jordan just texted me, "Hey, you made 3K," and I just jumped off the thing. I actually posted it. I changed awesome. My cover thing, my cover photo on my personal profile on Facebook, because that's like a second after he texted me. I'm like, yeah!
Okay, that's like perfect timing for a text message, right before you're going to jump off a cliff, huh?
Now, I have an observation. Thomas?
Yeah.
Now, would anyone agree with me here that Thomas seems a little bit more happier and cheerful and possibly smiling a little more and a little less stressed, a little more relaxed? Would anyone agree with me there?
Vacation and no work, man. Yeah. We gotta get you to this lifestyle constantly, man. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thomas, you got the skills, man. You don't need no job.
I know I don't.
Yeah. That was cool. That was real cool. Let's quickly get through the Did we get through all the recognition?
No, not even close, man. We're just getting started.
I got something to say afterwards there.
All right. So then Harold Sosi, he just literally upgraded. He it's so cool. He texted me yesterday, and he said, "Jordan, I'm ready to stop being a wussy. I'm ready to go up to the 15K formula." And I just, need some help on doing it. And Andrea actually contacted him. One of the secrets of automating your business, me and Chris and Amy have got an amazing assistants working for us, amazing people working around us. And Andrea was able to help him, get him plugged into the team site, get him plugged into a whole bunch of stuff. So he upgraded to the Inner Circle, the Costa Rica, and the 15K formula literally like 4 hours ago today. So congratulations, Harold. Absolutely amazing. Dawn McGrath went to the Inner Circle. It says Inner Circle and 15K formula, so I don't know if she also got the Costa Rica or if she already had that or what the case is, but she went all the way up to the 15K. Congratulations. Margie Fitzgerald, she joined literally like a week ago or so, and she went all in and made it up to the last few days of the retreat, so that's awesome, Margie. And, the cool thing about that is and I don't know if this is fact or fiction or whatnot, I'm just going off of what I believe here is her sponsor. And my mind just went completely blank here. There we go. I'm like staring at the wall and my mind went blank. I don't know why. It happens from time to time. But Marianne, has been getting results a little bit from here and there, and all of a sudden has almost a $5,000 day just a week ago for the first time. So completely shifting everything. Absolutely amazing. Congratulations for getting in and going all in right away, Margie. Normally, Rose, we might have mentioned her on last week's Hangout. She went all in about a week and a half ago. Literally, she joined my team about 2 weeks ago and, went up to the 15K right away and then told me she was going to be all in by the end of the month or maybe the middle of next month. I don't know, but she went all in about a week and a half, 2 weeks early. And she's brand new in my team, so congratulations to her. And her husband. I believe it was her husband that wanted her to get plugged in with me. And then Rachel right here, she just upgraded to the Costa Rica like maybe 5 days ago or so. So congratulations. And if there's anything else, again, if anyone else, I don't.
I have Paula Chess got in the day before the Denver event and bought a ticket, showed up in Denver, and was all in by like Monday or Tuesday. And then caught the tail end of our all-in retreat. So
that's awesome.
Huge shout out to Paula Chess, and really excited to have you on our team.
And Paula's awesome. She was able to make it on Friday. That she is going to be a rock star in this industry.
Yeah, Paula's been my accountability partner for a long time, and she's an internet rock star already. And
I love Paula just for being your accountability partner because just that alone has completely transformed my life.
That alone has changed my life, absolutely. But she's awesome, and our team is I wouldn't be surprised if she's on the leadership council before long. She's got a lot to add to this team for sure. So I'm really excited that she decided to join us.
Absolutely.
And I want to mention her, Jordan, but Dawn McGrath. She showed up in Denver with her son Christian and had some huge shifts around the belief by meeting the team in person. She was at our team breakout session, and I don't know if you're on, Dawn, or if Christian's on, but Christian was my cameraman. He videotaped everything with my camera for me, so thank you for that, Christian. But anyway, she had some huge mindset shifts at the event, which is why she just upgraded all the way to the 15K, because she really sees the vision now and gets who this team is and what a family we are and everything. She sent me a beautiful email today telling me about all the shifts that she had, so I just wanted to acknowledge her for that. So anyway, that's all I got in addition to what you said, Jordan.
Sometimes the chats are funner than what else is going on in the comments. And I wanted to jump back real quick over to Thomas. You gave a speech, Thomas, at the breakout room that I think was the shock of the weekend, for me at least. I mean, if you looked over at me, if the camera zoomed to me at any time during your speech, you would have seen me over here with this face.
Yeah.
The whole time, just I mean, I was like, whoa, where's he coming from? And so I just quickly wanted to, for those that weren't there, we'll eventually release snippets of that footage once we actually have, now that we have people to actually do that stuff, Tim. But what I would love to do is Thomas, could you give like a short Cliff Notes version of what the real lessons and the things that what you said on Saturday night, just the essence of it for us here?
Oh my God, I don't know how to do that.
Well, just start talking and go and keep figuring it out. It works for me every time.
I don't know how to keep that short, but I basically, on Saturday, I basically opened up, and I was talking to a group of awesome people about what I have gone through as a young man, being taught that in life you are on your own, being taught that if you want to be someone, especially in the profession I'm in, you have to be an arrogant, what I said, asshole. And throughout my life as a young man, I have experienced life and death situations on numerous occasions, and there's the moth again in his house. You gotta close the windows, man. So
my friend is back.
Anyways,
yeah,
the moth, right?
Yeah, the moth.
The moth. But anyway, it's hard to really bring the story back because I was in my moment, and I would love to see a video of that. But yeah, I basically was opening up and talking about my experience, my life and death experience, and how I was raised, how I was brought up as a young man back in Europe, and up to when I joined the Empower Network and this team, and what our team does to me and did to me, you know, and what it made me to be, and that's about it. You know, I just can't get back into that story because I don't have that emotional feeling anymore. You know, it was a one-time thing, and.
Well, you know, I think the important thing, Thomas, and this is what's so cool about what we're doing here, is that, you know, it's not just about the money, that your life has transformed in other ways more so than what the money could have brought for you. And that was what was exciting to me, because that's what we're all about, is really, you know, personal transformation, personal development, spiritual growth, different things like that, being happier. You know, my mission is to help people be happier, and, you know, that alone right there, I mean, you just saying over the past 4 months have become, I know you're happy in a lot of other areas of your life, but through what the people at your job had said to you, that you're happier at work now, it's just amazing, because it just solidifies that what we're doing here is on purpose, and it's working, you know. So that was so exciting to hear that from you, man.
Absolutely.
It was really exciting, man.
Yeah, it's not always about the money, guys. In my opinion, it's not always about the green dollar. It has more. The purpose is to change you, to be the change you want to see in your own life. You know. Yep. That's what it is.
So powerful, man. Well, you know, and certainly I'll be honest with you, I love spending money because I love what it does. I love the freedom it allows. I love staying in big mansions. I love, you know, doing nice things. I love traveling all the time. As you can tell, I'm on vacation again. It's fun, you know, so certainly money is certainly something, but, you know, you can still make a lot of money and be upset and be angry all the time, or not be happy and not be fulfilled. And then you can actually live your life on purpose and figure out what that's all for, and do that here with our team, and really transform in a lot of ways and help other people transform and make a lot of money. You know, you can do both. So, you know, it's just so cool.
Sweet.
I'm gonna.
So, are we gonna start pulling?
Yeah. Here's the thing. I was
out
actually typing it in the chat. I can't invite anyone. My browser's doing that mess up thing again. Can someone
Chris,
get Krista out?
I'm gonna post a link to the private chat, Krista, that we had on Facebook. But as I do too, as I go ahead and post this, guys, I also want to talk really quickly about one thing that I know comes up to some different people from time to time, who literally get in. I mean, there's like, look how many people we had just get in and get all in right away in the past like week and a half, quite a few. And so I'm sure this comes up from time to time. And I had a question today after Harold, he had bought all the products up to the 15K. He bought the Inner Circle, the Costa Rica Mastermind, and the 15K. And you know, really had just gotten plugged in with the team site and everything, and gotten everything going. And so, you know, the question, he said, okay, now that I've got all this stuff, where do I start? Like, where do I start? And what I want to do is kind of just give my opinion on this, and then maybe you guys can, you know, if you guys feel differently for different reasons, or you have other things you want to add to it. I think it's important because as we continue to grow here, we got a lot of people that are probably getting started and going all in more consistently, and even people that are brand new to the industry that have never had success before. So it's more difficult for someone who's brand new to just know what to do, especially being overwhelmed, because I've had people come to me 2 months down the road and they say, well, I got all these products and I've been going through training for 2 months and I haven't made any money yet. You know, and what we don't want is people getting stuck in training mode. We want people to be in production mode. We want people to get in action mode. So, you know, in a nutshell, what I believe is the most important things for people to do is, first and foremost, follow our Getting Started guide on our team site. Those 6 steps there walk you through setting up your entire system, setting up your AWeber, setting up your entire marketing funnel the way that we've custom designed it for you to plug into. It takes not that long. It literally takes just a few short hours to go through that entire process. You get your payment processor set up so that you can connect it to your bank account so that you can actually make money, you know, so that you can have money coming from the internet and floating right into your bank account. It's magical, you know, when you learn how to market by going through the training and the products. And again, no results are guaranteed, but so the first step is going through the entire setup process, getting everything set up. After that, in my personal opinion, I believe people should go through All right.
Yeah, that may be Krista's.
Do you have headphones at all, Krista?
Okay, so
Krista, you need to pause the video. In the
so now she's muted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right on. She's
Krista,
muted.
go ahead and hit the unmute button in the top right hand
And you're gonna
corner,
have to
the little
click
microphone
the mute button up in the top.
because we're seeing your lips move, but that's about it. Still can't hear you.
You might have to go. There's a little wheel thing that says settings in the top right of your screen, and you might have to click on there and adjust the microphone settings because the microphone might be like a headset microphone, and you're trying to use your external mic. You want it to be on external mic if you don't have a microphone plugged in.
But you're not gonna be able to hear this then.
Gotcha. So really quickly, guys, what I believe everyone should do, especially people that buy up to the 15K or go all in, is literally go through Module 1 of the 15K formula. Get their intentions set, get their vision clear, go through that, and then kind of take like a bird's eye view look at what they want to do as far as marketing goes, from looking through the team site, from looking through the 15K formula, and really choosing one strategy and then just deciding to stick with that. That's really how I believe anyone should get started. I could go a little deeper into, a conversation I had with a brand new team member yesterday about kind of like maybe a first blog post or video, but not everyone wants to blog, so I'm not going to even dive into that right now. I think that's what people should do. Do you guys have any feedback on that as far as what a brand new person who's never had success before should really do in order to get started when they decide to get all the products right away?
I totally agree with you. I think going through the setting your intention is the very first thing, and then go through the whole 15K formula because it's like a buffet of marketing strategies, and find something that you feel like you can do every day consistently. And you're not going to get results right away, most likely, if you don't have any experience, but over time, you'll start to master that skill. And once you start to master a skill, that's when you're going to start to get results. And what I think the biggest pitfall that we see is people who they try a strategy for a couple days and they don't get results, and so they switch to a different strategy and they don't get results, so they switch to a different strategy, and they never get good at anything, and they never get results with anything. So just like Jordan said, just pick one strategy and stick with it, no matter how long it takes.
Yeah, and Jordan, I'm totally with you on that, fully and completely. And my take on it is simply that, to keep it short, if you had to start any other industry, you'd have to go to college for 4 years, and then you'd have to get experience, sometimes 6 years in college, sometimes 8, and then you'd have to go get experience and sometimes be an intern for a year before you were qualified to do a job or a profession. And so, even if you're just doing a trade where, you're 2 years in, or you're on the job training in a trade, it's the same thing. The results don't come in a couple days. And just like Amy and Jordan were both saying, the thing is that, once you go through and find out what marketing strategy you want to use, decide on that and don't stop, and don't expect to have results for the first 90 days. A lot of people, just like Amy said, it's a couple days or a week, and they think that's it. And
I would honestly say, Chris, and I'm just going to cut in right here, I would say expect to have results right away, but don't be disappointed if you don't get results. Do expect that you could make – there's people that come in that make a ton of money right away and get results right away, but don't be disappointed if it takes you 6 months.
Yeah, see, I'm a late bloomer. It took me 8 months to make my first $15 online. So that's why, I try to not set up people, I look at that and like, okay, well, I don't want to set you up for failure, and you get mad and upset after 2 weeks and you've been trying something and you haven't seen any results yet. You're learning to be a marketer. You're learning how to do marketing, and there's a lot of psychology that comes along with that. There's a lot of learning how to tell your story, which is what we learned over the weekend, which we're going to have in the training in the back office there really soon. And so there's a lot of elements there, but the biggest thing that I've heard from every leader is that they had to stick with something for 90 days before they saw a major result. Now there will be small results and successes along the way, at least in the form of one form or another, like you get a constant lead flow before you maybe get a sale or something, but the real results normally come from 90 days of putting your head down, being consistent every day. And, whatever that is, it doesn't matter, whatever you like to do, because what you like to do, the way you're built, because everyone's a little different, whichever strategy or tactic or method works for you that you can do every day, you're going to have the energy to do it, versus something you don't like to do that you're thinking is just going to maybe work a little better versus, what you like to do. If you're doing something you don't like to do, you're not going to have the energy to stick it out for those 90 days. to even see if it works for you.
Yep.
And I just wanted to add as well, like the thing that everybody here on Leadership Council has in common is that we've all done exactly that. We've stuck to one thing and not deviated for 90 days or more. And then like another thing that I tell my team members as well is, like, depending on like your budget, if you've got like a large marketing budget, it's great to be able to start with paid marketing because you can generate a lot of leads and a lot of traffic right away, and you can make those first sales and build your story. If you have a zero marketing budget and you're going to be only doing blogging and stuff, you have to be super, super consistent, stick with it, and don't deviate from that either.
That's
Awesome.
it. I'm totally with you on that, 100%.
Awesome.
And remember, if you're doing videos or blogging or whatever, the first many, like I think my first 50 videos I looked like a deer in the headlights. It takes a lot of practice to get comfortable or good at a skill, and so don't think, oh, I made a video and it was awful, so I should try a different strategy. If you want to do video marketing, you can get good at it by doing it all the time. It makes it easier for you to speak in public, and there's just a lot of really good things that come from making videos every day. Landon can probably chime in about that because he's awesome.
Yeah. No, like I had someone at the event was like come up to me and they're like, I want to shoot videos just like you do, and I'm like, okay, shoot a couple hundred videos, because like honestly, that's what it takes. Just shoot like 100. Are you guys laughing at me? Okay.
Landon, we're always laughing at you.
No, we're laughing with you, Landon. I'm
Oh.
laughing with you.
Perfect. But yeah, I mean, honestly, what it takes is you just shoot a couple hundred videos, and then all of a sudden you'll start being, confident and good at videos and things like that. And another thing that I did to get good at videos is I watch people that are really good at videos do theirs, and I model those people. But yeah, I mean, just like pick a like whenever I get on the phone with my my new teammates, I say, pick a marketing strategy. It can be any strategy. There's a ton of good ones. Go through the 15K and just pick one, and then just do it every day. Do whatever it takes. If you're gonna blog like crazy, especially now, because in 50 days our new thing is launching, and you want to launch with a team. Right now is a special moment in time to do something big where things can start to line up for you, and you won't even understand the things that start to happen for you right now.
Yep. So, Krista, are you there? Can we hear you?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. All right.
Okay. There's someone here that would like to say something to all of you guys really quickly, if that's all right.
Sure.
Araya, come here quick, honey.
I've heard about this girl.
Yeah. Yes, and I'm going to put the disclaimer out here right now that I had nothing to do with what she's going to say. I was in the shower earlier, and she came marching in the bathroom and said, Mom, I have something to say on your thing tonight.
I'm excited.
I love it.
You know what, Krista? We totally don't believe you. We know it's your marketing strategy. This is the way you're trying to do it. We get it. We get it. We're marketers. No.
Hey, it works. It works.
This couldn't sell, right? All right, I took the earphones off just so she can talk, so hopefully it won't have too much feedback. All right, kiddo, you're on.
Hi, my name is Araya. I want to thank you for letting my mom do this because I've known her for about 8 years now. Anyways, I just want to thank you because this is about her dream. Thank you for letting it happen.
Aww.
You're awesome.
You made me cry.
You're awesome.
That's
And
awesome.
I never cry, Araya.
It's a beautiful name, too, Araya.
We have a little marker in the making right there.
My daughter's name is Avaya. Araya and
Yeah.
Avaya.
Nice.
Yeah, she already asked if she could come on stage with me, so.
Woo!
Yeah, she can.
All right. This is
We
my
definitely
little-
have a marketer in the making.
I have like the best support team here at home right now because every single time I got a new email notification saying I had generated a lead from that new Facebook ad I put out last night, she would just shriek and come over and give me a high five, and she just thought it was the coolest thing. So she's actually teaching me to celebrate all those small victories.
Those are all big victories. They're huge. They're amazing.
All right,
That's
you want to
awesome.
say goodnight, and then I'll talk.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
All right, let me get my earphones back in.
All right.
All right, can you guys hear me now?
Yep. So Krista, how was it? How was it being at that event at the All In Retreat?
Oh my God, I don't even know where to start. I actually had to write a few notes down here so that I wouldn't talk forever, but wouldn't miss the things that meant the most to me.
No notes allowed.
Okay, first of all, like the biggest thing that happened for me was internally. It had to do with like mindset and belief stuff that has really been holding me back. This last year has been very, very challenging for me with a lot of circumstances in my life. And when I showed up in Denver to the event, I was feeling so much anxiety, and I was just so self-conscious because I wasn't where I thought I should be, and I was just really nervous about how to explain to everybody why I wasn't where I thought I would be or where I thought I should be. And it was just the most loving, amazing environment to be in, because not only did not one person like really care that I don't want to say not care, but like it wasn't a bad thing that I wasn't, where I had originally wanted to be. I was just surrounded by so much generosity and kindness and support that you guys really just created this space for me to be able to be with the fact that I wasn't yet where I wanted to be. And in being able to just be with that, I was able to let it go and really start moving forward. And I don't even feel like the same person. There was so much that had been keeping me disconnected from a lot of things in my life, not just my business, but a lot of things in my life. And that's what's so extraordinary about this team and about that retreat was it wasn't just my business that was impacted. I came back a different person. I came back a different mom. Like my daughter is even relating to me different than before I left because I'm relating to her and everything around me so different. I literally lost 5 pounds in the 8 days that we were there because, they say, and despite all the amazing cooking and everyone.
That's what I was just going to say.
I was like, everybody can vouch for the fact that I partook of every meal and enjoyed it thoroughly. But, it really, I don't remember who, said this quote. I've seen it on the internet numerous times, but it really is true. Once you get the inside right, the outside really just starts to fall into place. So that was just huge for me because that for me was a tangible symbol that I'm letting go of all this stuff that I've been hanging on to for the last year or two, and that wouldn't have happened without you guys being there to support me. It was just huge for me. The mindset and the belief stuff, completely different. The way I'm looking at my business now and approaching everything, I have a very different attitude when I sit down to do something now than I did before the retreat. And that's not anything you could even begin to put a price on. So that in and of itself was worth my trip out there. Another huge thing for me had to do with my story. I didn't feel like I had a story because I haven't had some of the monetary success that other members of the team had, and so I felt like I don't really have a story. What do I have to share? And I was kind of shocked after Chris's awesome training on storytelling when I kind of spit my story out and the reaction that I got from everybody in the room. I didn't really expect to be able to connect with everybody that quickly and the way that I did and have so many people be able to relate to at least one element or another of my story. That was huge because it's so easy when we look back on where we were before and feel like we were completely alone and nobody else would have gone through this. And so then there's a certain amount of shame and embarrassment around wanting to share some of this stuff that we've all experienced. And so by sharing my own story, I was able to see the look in the eyes of several people in the room that I know could relate in some way to what I shared. In that moment, that's when I realized, wow, I do have a story. And it really has nothing to do with monetary success when it comes to inspiring people and being able to relate to people and share with people what we have available. Because like I said, what I've gotten out of this team so far has been worth more than any dollar amount that, could come in the form of a check on Friday. So that was huge to me, practicing, being able to deliver the story then in an articulate way and in a condensed way. That was amazing. And then the last thing for me that was just huge was having the opportunity not just to really get to know the team members that we always see in the Facebook group and that we chat with on the Hangouts, but you guys, really getting to know the leaders. I think I had an opportunity to have at least one-on-one conversation with every single one of you, and every single one of you impacted me in a different way. And it's so easy, to look at you guys on these Hangouts, and I always kind of kept myself separate from you guys. Like, you guys were up here and I was down here because you're the leadership team. And throughout the week there, every single one of you at one time or another made me feel like I was right up there with you, and that there is absolutely no difference between me and you. And that was huge for me. That kind of went along with some of the mindset stuff that has been keeping me back. I've always seen myself on a very different level than the rest of you, and you guys were all just hugely impactful for me in that regard, because once I was able to feel that and I felt like I was part of you and kind of like part of the club, now it's just kind of like getting these final pieces in place to actually be there, as opposed to feeling this big, huge gap between being the newbie versus, the seasoned veteran leadership. So that was, honestly, that was just amazing to me. And to see that you guys aren't just showing up on this Hangout once a week, talking the talk and saying all these wonderful things. Every single one of you are actually doing what you say you're doing, and you're actually being who you say you're being, and who you're, sharing with other people that you're being. That was very, very refreshing for me, because one thing about having been in the military is, when someone outranks you, you have to respect them simply because they outrank you, regardless of the example that they set. And there's a lot of people that go around. I've tried to badmouth the military, so please don't send me hate mail. But let's face it, there's a lot of people who talk the talk but don't actually walk the walk. And with you guys, my respect and admiration for each and every one of you was completely voluntary. Every single one of you showed up in person for the entire week, the way you show up on these Hangouts. And it was so refreshing to see you guys all as real people. And, watching you guys go through your own breakdowns and then your own breakthroughs was amazing, because I got something, like I said, from every single one of you guys.
I think I broke down like every day while I was there.
Yeah, I was convinced I would be the only one crying all week.
Chris just kept breaking down further.
I never broke down.
No.
I never cried a few times. I don't think I've ever broken down ever.
I don't think I've ever broken down. Well, if you have, Amy, I've never seen it, I'll be honest.
Yeah. She hides it well, right?
Yeah, I never called Jordan.
Yeah.
Not to.
Well, I'm still emotional, so I still feel a big breakthrough coming on for me at some point soon, because I've been like emotional and like kind of crying for like 3.5 weeks now, maybe a month and a half. I don't remember. Time's been going by, but I like every day that I cry at different points, and I'm like, yeah, menopause.
I remember when you told me that, Jordan, when I was sharing with you some of the personal stuff that was going on with me. I was like, what? You feel like you want to cry too? It's not just me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like I walked around an emotional wreck for the majority of the week, and then all of a sudden there was a moment when I let it be okay that I was an emotional wreck, and then it was kind of like, oh, okay.
That's when the breakthrough, that's when you broke through right there. That's awesome.
I was very resistant to, not having it all together, because that's who I always thought I had to be, was all together.
Did you finally realize that we don't have it all together, did you?
No, not even a little bit.
Don't have it together at all. What the fuck? If they can do this, then I can certainly do this.
Jordan can't even find his way to his tent.
Yeah.
or out of my tent, that was...
Every morning when I would look out the window and see Jordan's tent just shaking like this, and then he'd kind of come rolling out the front door, I would think to myself, if he can do this, I know I can do it.
Yeah, it's so simple. Copy and paste Amy's and Landon's emails.
But it's great because we all get
Chris never writes any of his own, so I just copy Amy's and Landon's. And Angela, when you start writing some, I'm going to start copying yours too. And then my life's going to be.
I just copy Landon's right now.
Well, then I'm just gonna start telling Andrea to copy your guys' emails for me, and then I won't even have to work at all. It'll be even cooler.
That's funny.
It was so great.
That's the cool thing is that even from stage at the event, Tracy Walker was talking about that, and she said, a lot of you were taught in school that, copying other people's homework and copying other people's papers was, considered cheating. But in the business world, as entrepreneurs, we call it good business.
Yeah.
Savvy business.
Yeah.
Because we're using what works. So funny how that works.
One caveat to that is don't take someone's email. And for those of you out there listening and saying, well, how can I take Landon's email saying he made $14,000 this month and use it as my own? Well, you don't. And we actually do teach that in the team side. I do discuss how to ethically copy someone's email and take it on as your own. You don't have to use Landon Stewart's name. You can say Landon without saying his last name. Give him credit for the email. And we talk about that in the team site. So definitely check that out and make sure you do that the right way before you do that, because you don't want to lie and say you've gotten results you haven't, but you can say my good friend Landon got these amazing results and I just wanted to share them with you. And then use his email and put your own links in where his links say join now or whatever hypnotic crazy stuff, magic, fairy dust he's got going on in the emails.
Well, pretty soon we're going to be using those, all that stuff and in the funnels and the hypnotic language into some new co-ops actually.
I'm excited.
Actually, we've been testing some different pages here, and it looks like we're going to be able to have a deal with Aaron and Sophia Rashkin's Traffic Sources, and we're going to have a co-op set up for that as well with our custom team converting capture pages with our custom team bridge video that we shot at the retreat. And all awesome. That's coming as well. So.
I didn't even hear this.
Hey, can you guys say boner time?
Oh my god.
And I'll tell you, that's the best traffic that you'll find really out there when it comes to a lot of people that are normally trying to resell traffic from people from the make money online niches, from the home-based business niches, and those niches. And it's just proven. I've just seen this over the past couple of years that their traffic really is original sources that really come from just where they should come from, and they're constantly being refreshed all the time. There's never a case where sometimes we've been in the team sold some traffic before that has been kind of rehashed and already been exposed quite a bit to a certain message, and we're not going to have to deal with that anymore. So that's kind of exciting. Another cool development. As these things slowly work themselves out and collapse into place, this team is slowly starting to build more cylinders to fire on as we continue.
Dude, that video we put together this weekend, man, I just got to say, I had someone contact me today and say, I want to know more about what it is you do. I can't wait to just be able to show people that video as the intro rather than showing them anything else, because then they'll get a clear picture of what we're all about, and then we show them a sales video, and then we show them what Empower Network's all about, because, oh my God, I'm excited.
If we could only get Jordan to smile in that thing, we'd be all right.
We gave him all the lines that have to do with how much fun he has, and he's all serious about it.
I know, that was the crazy part. We wrote the script and made it loose because Jordan was just going to say... Yeah, it was like we knew that Jordan was going to say it in his way anyway, so we loosely wrote the script for him and highlighting all the fun parts and the lifestyle parts. And then he gets on there and he's trying to say them, and we're like, Jordan, here's the essence of it, here's the point you need to make, just say it in your own words. And even then he's like, and because we have a lot of fun.
And this is my 18th vacation this year.
I should see the outtakes, because Jordan's like, my God, I'm so fucking serious in this movie.
And we have to have a blooper reel.
Yeah, we're gonna have a blooper reel on that one for sure.
It'll be a bonus for people that they can only watch it on the team site when they join our team.
And the blooper reel is also going to contain the flyer.
Let's put it as an all-in blooper reel. You need to be all in to see the. Ooh, yeah. Do you guys want to see how we almost blew up a grill? My goodness, that shit was hilarious. Katie's got that on tape. That might have been the most fun I had all weekend, to be honest with you guys. I had a lot of fun dancing our Michael Jackson dance party. I had a lot of fun at karaoke, so I'm told. No, I'm just kidding. I remember karaoke clearly. But blowing up that grill was entertaining, to say the least.
Yeah. It really was.
That footage of us all singing at karaoke ain't no stopping us now. We're all completely
and we were terrible. And we were horrible. So good. We thought we were
the worst sound.
We were amazing. so inspiring, and everyone in the bar's like, shut the fuck up, guys. Please get them off the
There's like
stage.
12 of us up there.
I wish I could have been there. That was
Oh man. Well, Lando,
Yeah,
some of us just don't follow the slogans on our shirts.
yeah, that's why I'm taking the shirt off.
It's funny.
So I
It's
can
funny
aim
that he
back
had to
there.
actually look down and read that, as if he didn't already know that his shirt said "Don't be a wussy," because he's been wearing it for 2.5 months
it
now.
off since
You know, I'm going to go on a
I
limb,
haven't
and I'm
taken
just
it
going
off
to.
yet. Well, the reason why is because every day I make videos, and I want to like embed in the video.
Well,
don't be
no,
a
it's not been for 3 days. This is.
Yeah, but the people that are watching your videos are going to be like, doesn't he ever do laundry?
Well, I bring it up in the video. Like in today's video, I'm like, you might notice now that I haven't changed in a couple days. As you listen and speak.
Because David Wood doesn't. And
You
wanted
could
to
you
just
could
like
actually
David
ask
Wood.
him, say something like, "God, do you smell that?"
I was actually
pattern
thinking
interrupt,
about
going
doing the
for a loop.
popcorn thing. I think I might do that tomorrow. Like, do you guys
It's
smell
only
that
been a couple
popcorn?
weeks. It's only been a
Yeah.
couple weeks, and remember, he hasn't hit puberty yet, so it doesn't.
You could be like, "Is that me that smells, or what's going on here?"
He's modeling
So-
David Wood.
And he
Anyway,
just froze.
You know, I was just going to make
Either that,
a
or he's
point
really
of
good at
saying
holding
how
that silly
special
pose.
our team is, how special our team is. I mean, I love the company as a whole, but when you kind of look at all the different teams, you get a little bit of a feel for each one of them while we're at the events. And this last event really just showed me how special that our team was. But now, saying it after that conversation, people are going to interpret the word special
Yeah, like helmet
completely
harness.
like helmets
Where's
in the
your
short
harness?
bus. Exactly. So, like, I had this serious thing to say that was emotional, and just, I'm so blessed to be part of this team, and now I'm sitting here going, do I want to be affiliated?
Short bus team.
welcome
The
to
short
the inner
bus team.
circle. Welcome to the inner circle. So, hey, we got a few other people on.
Jordan,
Yeah, no
Jordan,
problem.
Hold on a second. Jordan,
Yes,
go on Facebook and see what David Sharp just posted.
about me. Nice,
Okay. What'd he say?
nice.
What did he
Yeah.
say?
Talk about perfect time there, folks. You want to talk about special? David Sharp just posted a picture where it looks like he's about to spank me on stage, and David Wood's doing something. It looks like he's like, I don't know what David Wood is doing because his face just looks goofy, and like I don't have a clue. Well, the cool thing is, folks, when you get awarded the top 50 marketer in the company for the quarter, or for the content, not quarter, for the month, for the however long that contest was, and I don't even know how I pulled that off. I'll be honest with you. I was on vacation for most of it, and I came home and I was like, I'm just doing this. Like, because the previous time I was a blue lanyard, and I remember saying to Chris and Amy, I was like, you know what, I'm never doing that again. I'm never going to be a blue lanyard ever again, and I'll do whatever it takes to make sure that doesn't happen. And I literally just came home and I just got to work after my brother's wedding, and plowed into that, and I ran promotions. We actually, you guys, for those of you in the team, I thought I recorded the video a few weeks ago, but I might not have yet because I can't find it on my computer anywhere. I was going to upload it the other day. We're going to do a training on how you guys can offer promotions like you see myself do, like you see Landon do, like you see Amy do, with some different bonuses that we have in the team that you'll be able to offer to your people on your behalf. The bonuses that we put together for you so you can get signups and whatnot. I offered bonuses, a ton of different bonuses, and got a bunch of signups that week and had a lot of people join, and that's how I was able to jump up. But more importantly, I had a lot of team members actually come to the live event, for multiple times now. So the team is producing, the team is growing. I actually had five or six personal sponsored team members up on stage with me for the commission countdown, meaning they'd earned anywhere between $5,000 and Amy, you're up at like $110,000 now or something like that. Dollars inside of Empower Network. You should smile when you say that. That's exciting. $110,000 is amazing. Yeah. So, the cool thing is that I was able to get in the top 50, not just because of myself, not just because of my own results, but because my team actually came to the event, because my team showed up and wanted to be there, and my team was on stage with me, which is the first time that this has ever happened in my entire life. That's Thomas, thanks for getting me off on that tangent. Yeah, if you want to go look at David Sharp's page there, you see a picture of him spanking me right now. It's pretty cool.
Okay, so it's been like 10 minutes and they've been sitting here, so I've been trying to get to them. I
yes.
think we can finally do it. Harrigan Cyril, how are you doing?
Hey, wait, we have to tell the people, in case anybody wasn't with us at our breakout room, what happened there. which was monumental.
Anything happened there? I don't know.
Eric got down on one knee.
I mean, a couple people shared some stories, and then Amy played a song, and I think that was pretty much it, right?
No.
Yes, that was pretty much it. Happy to see you guys again. It's wonderful.
Show him your left hand, Cyril.
Oh, yeah. Oh, here you
Yeah,
go.
show them your. Oh, look at that.
There it is.
The other thing that Dawn McGrath shared with me in her email today for her son, she said of all the cool breakthroughs he's had, the biggest thing that stuck out for him was seeing two people get engaged. He thought that only happened in the movies.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know.
He said it was amazing for him to experience that. It was amazing for all of us. It was. Thank you for sharing that with us. That was so cool.
Yeah.
And then to be able to spend the week with you after that was just awesome. While
And
you were
Chris
all
wonders
blissed
why I was
out.
looking at Bali. You know, Chris is like, Jordan was looking at Bali houses. I'm like, no shit, I was looking at Bali houses because I'm going to Bali next year, man.
Yes. Thank you so much. It's been an experience, and it's a blessing for myself, Perik, and myself. I think it's a dreams come true for me. This is the first event, and I really make a decision to go and feel it that we're actually growing and for myself, my growth in my mind and my heart, and seeing everybody the same like-minded people, really want to get there and live our dreams. I think that's the most important thing, and I connected through every one of you, Amy, Jordan, you again, Jordan. Oh, you again. And then Chris and Angela, Landon, everybody, Thomas, Krista. It's a beautiful thing. I think what I miss, what I really feel the essence of humans. We're all humans. We really want to connect with each other, share our life stories, motivate each other, support each other, share our goodness and our love stories, life stories.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes us human, and be the change, and what you want to see in the world.
I think those events are so powerful just because people realize that they're not by themselves. They're not the only one doing this thing and succeeded in it. So I think that's one of the biggest thing that you can experience at events. And,
you realize it's possible.
And by the way, seeing Colorado is pretty cool.
Yeah, how do you like Colorado?
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
Loved it. Yeah.
I didn't want to go home. When I left the airport, I'm bawling out, like my tears coming out, like, oh, I don't want to go home.
We've heard that from a lot of people. That's so funny.
I know, right? That's amazing.
Yeah, and we spent a few days after the retreat. We visited Broomfield and Boulder, and that's a cool place to be. It's really nice.
That's amazing. Yes.
Boulder's
yes.
the best place to be.
Yes. Especially the special people. It's dear to my heart. This is what the team's all about. This is what we're here. We want to make a difference, and we want to make it happen. And I think that's the most important.
And I think that's what people want to see. I mean, we're not, people don't want to see people grinding 1 million hours a day just to make $25 or $10 or $3, right? They want to see people that can do this and also have fun and enjoy doing it. And I think we have that with the team. So.
Well, Perik, here's the thing, man. I'm just going to come straight out with it. I'm just not even going to, hold back here. I mean, I thought you were smart. But you are the smartest man on the planet proposing to Cyril. I'll tell you that much.
Awesome. Love at karaoke, which was the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Oh my God!
Where was I for that one?
The bartender was doing the man.
You're way past that point, Jordan.
Oh, jeez. I was gone at that point, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Something with the altitude.
You live in Colorado, you have no excuses.
Well, that was 11,000 feet versus 5,280 feet.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, going up those stairs in the mansion the first day was tough.
Oh, dude. The first day, man, those were tough every day. Every time I ran up those stairs, I'm like,
oh gosh.
Oh.
That's all right.
That's why I don't understand why Landon left his bag of luggage at the bottom of the 4th flight of stairs, and his room was at the top floor, and he'd come walking out of his room like half naked every day and go downstairs to put clothes on. I'm like, why do you do that, dude? Like,
wanted to show up.
You gotta walk.
I
Yeah, well, I would show off
I
if I was
couldn't
him.
carry my bags up the stairs.
I see. I get it. I get
He
it
was
now.
barely able to help me unload the van,
Yeah.
Jim's van with all the groceries and stuff.
Couldn't even set up a tent either, you know. I mean,
I
he
did
started
good with
jamming
the tent.
holes in the tent.
I
He
did
felt
most
pretty
of the
manly
work
doing
with
that,
the
though, as he was like poking holes in my tent. He's like, "Yeah, I feel like a tough man now."
I did most of the work on the tent and the fire.
Yeah, you did, dude. Oh, dude, those fires were amazing.
See?
You
Well,
make some.
I
I heard you make some good margarritas too. That's what I heard.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that was mostly
No, you didn't even know what a margarita was. Someone's like some mix with some tequila in it.
Oh my hell!
He understood. He understood it by the second day, though. He's like, "That was awesome. Let's do this again. That was fun." That was awesome.
That's cool.
Oh gosh.
So Cyril,
Hey,
your
Chris.
favorite thing? Hey, your favorite thing about the whole all-in retreat? What was it?
Go.
Okay, how many minutes do I have?
30 seconds.
My favorite
Thing.
thing is basically I love to connect with folks. It's attractive to me when I really can hear and experience life stories. I think every one of us have our own unique stories. Then you want to share with folks, and if you want to also be honest with yourself. When I think about when you really taught us about how you create your stories. I mean, I know we are marketers, we are attraction marketers, but when you look inside yourself and you really want to be honest with yourself, like Krista was saying earlier, it touched you on the deeper level. Like you really think like, what is my why? You know, why is it that for me? What is it that I want to make a difference for my family, for my new fiance, you know, for my family, for my community, you know, what is it that I wanted to bring it? Is it money, you know, or is it freedom, or is it lifestyle, you know, having fun like Jordan anytime, right? It's like, oh, these guys can party all the time, you know, travel around the world, or is it spiritual? So I experienced that in that moment when I take a look at my life, my challenges in life, and then you overcome it. When you overcome and you push forward to the challenges, I think that makes me stronger, make us stronger. When I make a decision to okay, step it up, you know, say, I'll be here. I don't want to miss it this time, you know. I'm like, I don't want to lose the train, you know. I don't want to miss the bus. So that's why, okay, I'm getting in, and you know, all in, right? All in. Here you go, all in. I think that's what really touched me the most and really make an impact of me, sharing my story, being honest with myself and my loved one, my better half here, and everybody.
No.
Yeah.
You're the better half. I'll give you that.
Excuse me.
That's pretty awesome.
Say that before we let Perrick speak.
Yeah.
Oh, she definitely is. I've no doubt.
Oh, thanks, honey. Thank you. So, this is my endless love. So
Aw.
everybody.
Cyril's the wild and crazy
Damn,
one of them.
I wish I didn't miss that song. I don't know.
I can't wait to see you guys in Bali next year. I'll be in the
yeah.
front row.
Thank you guys. I'll sing for you "Endless Love" again, and I'll sing you the Michael Jackson song.
We're gonna see the Thriller dude.
Yeah, the Thriller.
Because you have to do the dance at reception.
Yeah.
Every
actually
step
have-
that I take.
Eric said he'll do the Thriller dance down the aisle. That's what he told me. He's ready to cut some rug down the aisle.
Sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We got him out dancing.
So
Awesome.
Perrick,
did.
Perrick, let's go to you here now. What was your experience like? Just the biggest thing for you coming out of the retreat that you realized, that any breakthroughs you had, or just your experience of it?
Yeah. I mean, similar, probably similar to everybody that talked so far. The most important thing that happened to me is to actually sit down and take the time to reflect on my story. The story that, you know, I've had some success, but it's been, in my opinion, limited by the fact that I didn't have that story clear. and my intention and my why very clear. And going to the retreat and, well, really, not having any distraction and sitting down and doing it was, I think, the best thing I could have done because it's so clear now that I have no doubt that, whatever I have in mind will happen. And I think a lot of people get so caught up into and that comes from a tech guy, so, that's pretty crazy for me to say that, but the technical thing, the how to, the what do I have to do will come after that. That's not the most important thing. And I was actually reading that book that some speaker during the event talked about it, and I bought it on Amazon right away. It's, what's the title? It's like Kick Fear in the Nuts or whatever.
Punch fear in the face.
Whatever.
How did you get Kick Fear in the Nuts from Punch Fear in the Face?
Oh, it's the same
Holy
thing.
Perry. Something was lost in
Whatever.
translation.
What's that one? Kick fear
It's the French translation. That's all right.
It's the French translation.
Oh my god.
That's really good. That's good, actually.
Wow. Okay.
It's a lot more. It's a lot more
Maybe-
fun to kick fear in the nuts than punch it in the face. So
Yeah,
that's
we
all
got
right.
to write a book called Kick Fear in the Nuts now.
That sounds pretty good, right?
There'll be a new training on the BTC page.
Oh
the
my
short
god.
post team.
Oh my god. Wow.
And then-
And so. Yeah, go ahead.
And I just started to read a few pages, and basically the author says that there's no way for us to plan the end results of the actions we're going to take. It's impossible. And the only thing we can do is get started and course correct as we go. So that's really one of the things that I took out of that event is when you know your why and you get started, you're gonna figure things out along the way. And I gotta tell you, I used to be at like 180 degrees the other way, where I had to know everything before I got started. So for me to realize that it's a big change. It's like 180 degree change. She's taking credit for this, I
Thank
guess.
you. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm not stealing your thunder. Go ahead.
So I mean, for everybody listening to this, I think that's the most important. If you don't have your story clear, if you don't have your why, your reason, whatever you want to call it, your goal, take a time, stop everything, take a time to do that, and figure things out, because then everything else will just come together.
Kick Fear in the Nuts. Sorry, I just saw that again from Sierra on the comment thing.
And Paul is saying
Oh,
classic
man.
Perrigism.
Yeah, I know.
Jay,
I'm
can
reading
we
them, too.
can we add that? Can we add that to the what was it?
The
The sport
one-liners?
list.
The quote list.
Oh, hey, Chris, what's the one?
Well, that's what I was gonna do. Is I was gonna go.
What
to
do they?
Bree
What do they?
next and-
What do they speak in Holland? Hollish? What's that one cuss word? What's that one cuss word, Chris? Hammerflugen?
Oh
man.
Oh my
So
god.
we're gonna find that quote list. I know Tim grabbed it, hopefully off the fridge, because that
Hey,
was the funniest
I've
list.
got a really good one. I've got a really good one. If you guys don't mind me throwing this one in here, it's from Tim actually. I said to Tim, we were talking about sleeping with your bosses for whatever reason, and I don't know how that conversation got started, but I me being the smartass I am, I looked at him, I'm like, what? You've never had sex with your boss? And he's like, well, hold on, I don't know, I never, let me think about it for a minute. And I just looked back at him and I said, Tim, Chris is your boss, and he just started cracking up. Oh man, okay, so that was one of the quotes. We've got more coming, and we might.
Yeah.
cover that
So on that note, yeah. And by the way, Perig, real quick, who's responsible for that look you got going on right now? The no glasses. Is that the new look, or is that Cyril
Sexy
doing
suave?
there? Yeah.
No, it's the after shower look.
All right.
Nice.
Just making sure.
Now that he's off the mark,
yeah.
he's got to make
now
the
that
other
he's off
ladies
the market,
jealous.
I figured Cyril had a little more pull, and she said, "Okay, honey, they're coming off."
Now you can start looking good because you're mine.
I still have those jeans on with the back pockets down by the back.
That's my serious look, and there's the ready to go to bed look.
There you go.
Not that those glasses don't look good on you, man. You just look like suave with the whole mohawk thing going on and the.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
My goodness.
There you
I'm
go.
tired of Chris getting all the compliments about the eyes. So
I know, right?
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm sick of it too. I am done with it.
So speaking of the one-liner quotes, there was someone who got this thing started off with the first hilarious one. I'm going to let her tell it because it was so great, especially coming from her because it was perfect timing. Bree, how are you doing?
I don't think we need to do this one.
I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I think we especially need to do this quote one
All
liner.
right. Should I like set the scene?
Set the scene, tell the story.
Yeah, tell the story, and then we'll get into after your thoughts of the whole place after. We got to hear the story.
Okay. To preface this, we were all, just finishing up dinner. It was absolutely wonderful. And I believe it was Jordan came upstairs, and he's like, hey, you guys, I need a couple guys. I need to set up my tent. And Landon was the first one to jump on and yeah, let's go. Flexing muscles and all that stuff. And
with the tank top on.
I mean, I do have good muscles.
So the guys were heading downstairs, and Landon was standing there, and they're all, Jordan was practicing, I need strong men. And I'm like, oh, whoa, Landon. I think your balls just dropped. Totally being the ladylike person that I am.
And that's what we love about you, Bree. We love that.
It's funny.
Yeah, can you tell I've hung out with guys my whole life?
I was sitting down and I could barely stay in my chair. I was laughing so hard.
Landon's like, ooh, I'm feeling kind of manly going to set up a tent. Ooh, yeah.
Bree just goes, oh my God, Jordan, Landon's balls just dropped.
Yep.
Oh, I think I might go buy me a tent now, actually.
And that ended up being quote number 1 on the quote list.
Set the tone for the whole weekend.
Oh, that was amazing. That was amazing. Hey, I want to say something here. I see Dan Walsh is on the comments here, and I just want to know, Dan, how you doing, man? I know you couldn't make it to Denver, and that was, certainly sad not to see you there, my friend. We got a video we shot. I don't know if you saw it or whatnot.
No, I
but
just got
certainly
my video footage, but yeah, we made a video just for you. I'll get that out as soon as I can.
Awesome. It was certainly sad not to see you there, my friend. How are you healing up, man?
Yeah, sure. Would love to see your comments there. We made a video for you. We're going to get that out to you as well, too. But also, Bree.
FearTheNuts.com. Sorry, I thought my microphone was muted.
So Bree, you had one heck of a week as well at the retreat, and you had some breakthroughs go on. Talk a little bit about what were some of the biggest things for you and what you got out of the retreat.
It's really hard to narrow down one specific thing, but the biggest one for me was definitely doing Psyche with you, Chris, and it was a major breakthrough on all levels. I actually did 2 different Psyches, and they were mind-blowing and had huge paradigm shifts in my life. But being able to sit down and do Psyche and actually touching on the root issues of what's going on with you personally, sometimes you don't even know they're necessarily there. For me, it was focusing in on all the things, or more directly on the things that I'm passionate about, especially when it comes to this business. The second thing was realizing my worth and that I was worth being loved by other people, which is obviously a really deep one. And then the last one was definitely forgiveness. So all of those being major things that can happen in life. And what it did for me personally was heal a lot of things that were going on in a personal level, but that also allows your business to grow once you tap into those things. So that was definitely the biggest thing that happened over this weekend for me. This week.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean that was huge. I mean, I personally, I remember that. If you don't mind, Bree, I would love to share just a little bit of my experience of when we were doing Psyche, something actually that was just really cool. Do you mind?
No, go for it.
Okay, so without getting into the specifics, there was a certain time when we were digging for what was really going on, and I had thrown out a belief. And you essentially had said, no, not ready to go there, can't go there, I just can't do it. And so I said, okay, let's work on something else first, and just let that one sit for a minute, And then I was like, okay, we got it. And there was no way I was going to, forget about that one, because I knew that we'd get to it. But then we went ahead and did the other balance. And then as I came back around to it, the original one that you were really not really ready to deal with, I said something and I saw the shift in you, literally like within moments. And I had said, Bree, the happiness and the joy that you seek are just on the other side of that balance, on the other side of that forgiveness.
On the other side of that choice.
On the other side of that choice.
Right.
And it was literally like 2 to 3 seconds where you closed your eyes, opened your eyes back up and said, let's do it. Okay. And you were ready to balance for it. And it was like that. And that was just so cool to see that, when we understand how big of a transformation, the miracle of forgiveness, how big that is, and making a choice to really move past something that we've chosen to hold on to for so long, that has shaped a major part of our lives, and how big and transformational that is. And it's not to be taken lightly. This is the kind of stuff that happens with our family, with our retreats, with Psyche, with this type of stuff. I haven't seen this type of stuff happening in other groups like this at all. And just for you to have the courage to be able to go there, knowing now that you've unlocked things and that, you now can move forward in lots of areas of your life, that's just so cool to see, and with you, it was really cool to see. I'm actually honored that I was able to even witness it, and right before my eyes. And it was cool because I got to see the same thing with Krista. She also had that happen right before my eyes, doing some balances with her. And that's the cool thing about these events is that, when we get away from the event and we're at the retreat, I actually have time to really zero in and connect with people and work with people as well, doing the part of, my purpose, which Psyche is a big part of it as well. And I'm always honored to be able to do that with people, when I can find the time to actually do it. So the retreat was awesome for us to be able to do that. And so, I just want to thank both of you, Bree and Krista, for having the courage to be able to move forward and make those choices to balance for the stuff that you did and be able to start moving forward. As I both know after talking with both of you after the retreat, you both have a lot starting to, the earth has moved and things are different and you're showing up differently, things are happening differently in your life, and there's a little bit of an adjustment period, and sometimes it's scary because so much has moved and it's like, wow, okay, now what am I dealing with? Like that totally changes everything. And so I just want to honor both of you that, this was a major thing for both of you. And this is just 2 people. I mean, there's a lot more that had this happen as well. So thanks for sharing about that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Josh experienced those too. He's sorry that he can't be here tonight. He's out saving lives and fighting fires in Montana. But he says hi to everyone.
Right on. Yeah, and we wish he could come on. Man, Josh is gifted. Wow.
Awesome.
Wow. I mean, to hear his story and, his story was really, really cool. I mean, it was awesome to be around and get a chance to really spend some time around him finally. I feel like I have like another brother, Josh is awesome. Also, let's see. The stories that Josh told a story that was like, wow, mesmerizing. And Krista really had one too. The funny thing is Jabril actually told me that he said, of everybody's story, Krista's story had him so entranced that he was just like on every word she was saying. And this is the hilarious part about it is, before this, Krista, didn't even think she had a story.
Mm-mm.
And then, the guru himself, Jabril's like, you know what? I honestly, was so entranced by your story. I mean, of any of them here, I was, blown away more than anything. And so, just because you're new, just to let this serve as an example, because you're new, if you're watching this hangout tonight and you just joined the team and, there's a party that's like, man, I really want to be a part of this. I really want to learn this stuff. Don't doubt yourself, because you can. And if you're watching right now and you haven't joined yet and you're wondering if all this is really real, by now, after listening to everything, you'll see that because you see the breakthroughs going on with everyone else here, you'll be able to experience them within yourself. Get started, go through the process, honor the process. It's going to be the greatest process you'll go through in your life. It really is. So,
hey, Chris, can I say something real quick?
Absolutely. Go right ahead.
First of all, I want to thank you personally for taking the time to do this IK with us, and Amy, both of you. Had you not been the patient and incredibly generous people that you are, that space wouldn't have been there. I wouldn't have felt comfortable to do the work that I needed to do to balance and release the stuff that I needed to let go of. So thank you both for that, and thank you for sharing that. I didn't know Jabril had said all that about me after I left, and that definitely is a huge confidence booster for me right now. And the funny thing is, what I wanted to share was back in May, I had kind of moved mountains to get all in. And then I kind of set the business aside for a little bit to deal with some other stuff that I needed to prioritize. But over that period of time, I can't tell you how many moments that I had that I was starting to feel like, oh man, I just don't know if I can do this. I just don't know if I can do this. And the one thing that kept me still hanging on was the fact that I was all in, because I knew I couldn't be all in and just let it go. And had I not gotten all in back in May, I would not have been eligible to be at the retreat this last week. And I wouldn't be who I am today now. And that was something huge that I realized was for those 3 months in between events that I beat myself up for not feeling like I could do everything that I needed to do during that time, including build my business. I realized on my way home from the retreat that that's why I needed to move mountains in May, was so that I would hang on to this throughout that time and be able to show up in Denver last week and have that extraordinary experience. So I cannot communicate to everybody who's on here enough the importance and the significance of getting all in. It's so much more than just purchasing some products. It really does change everything about you and the way you go about your life, because I know that I would have set this aside permanently several times over the last couple months.
That is so awesome.
Why are you laughing at me?
Not at you. I'm sorry.
I was like, who's making? I'll have to read the comments over the series talking about what
commentary that has nothing to do with you.
Really serious. I mean, that was a huge thing. Had I not
was listening.
Thank you, Chris. Had I not, made that decision, and had I not gotten all in, I don't even know if I would have shown up in Denver, because of some of the stuff that was happening in my life over the last couple months. So I just can't stress that enough, the importance of getting all in. It's so much more than just purchasing some products.
That's so powerful, Krista. And I share this with people from time to time, because there's people that will make a $25 commitment or even $125 or even like $500 plus the $125. And quite honestly, I mean, I'm not going to downplay that $625 isn't a lot of money to some people, because it certainly is. I get that. I've been broke in the past 7.5 months. I was fucking broke 7.5 months ago. Trust me, guys. I understand what $625 really is to people who are in a position where they're broke. But what Krista's really saying here, and why this is so powerful, is when you're only committed that little bit of money on something, it's very easy to walk away. I remember back to a time when I first started over 4.5 years ago, and I was 5 months into my business, and trust me, everything around me was telling me that I should just have given up, because I was $15,000 in credit card debt, and I had spent hundreds and thousands of dollars aside from the credit cards I maxed out getting my business going over that 5-month period, and I made a whopping, after 5.5 months, I made a $35 commission after 5.5 months. I was struggling, and even before I had made that commission, so many people around me. My dad was like, Jordan, what are you doing? At some points where I was literally selling everything that I owned, with the exception of my bed and my dresser and my computer desk and everything. I'd gotten rid of all my electronics. I was literally at the point where I remember walking up to my dad and I'm like, do you want any of my DVDs? I'll sell them for $5 a piece. Otherwise, I'm gonna sell them to anyone who wants them. He's like, what are you doing? Do you realize that you're literally throwing everything that you've bought over the past 7-8 years of your life? You're literally just throwing it down the toilet for a business that's not working. And had I not been so far in debt financially at that point, it would have been easy to walk away, but I had so committed myself to this that, like you said, Krista, it's not easy to walk away from something you've stuck that much money into. And personally, I don't believe $5,125 is a lot to start a business where we can earn what we earn. I mean, literally today, like I said, I made $1,700 plus doing nothing. I spent the whole day going up and down the Oregon coast, so it's amazing. But at the same time, from a broke person standpoint, from someone who's struggling to get by, $5,125 is a bigger commitment than what we actually are able to reap here, the rewards we're able to reap here. So being committed, being that all in, it's more difficult to walk away, and it keeps you there long enough to have that breakthrough. Now you're generating leads. Now you're going through the process, and you're about to start signing people up and making a lot of money. So what I always say to people is getting someone, and I remember one of my mentors saying this to me, when you can get someone to commit more financially, you're doing them a service by getting them to do that, because they will stick around long enough to have the breakthroughs that are necessary in their business, in their life, in their personal life. A lot of what's holding us back from success in business life has absolutely nothing to do with technically, how do I do this? How do I post on Facebook? How do I do that? You knew all that stuff previously. We gave it all to you before. What needed to happen was some personal breakthroughs that you had to go through for you to realize that you deserve all this stuff, and you do, and it's amazing. And that's why getting people to commit fully financially is really the way we can get them to commit, and then the rest of it kind of comes into play as they go along. Getting someone to commit more fully financially keeps them around long enough so they can have those breakthroughs, and that's why it's essential to get your people to commit all in. That's why it's essential to have that happen. So thank you for sharing that. I love that so much.
No problem, absolutely. Because
I want to share, Krista, just in case you're not seeing, I just have like a side note that I want to share about your breakthroughs. If you look in the comment stream right now, everybody's choked up and talking about how they're in tears by what you just shared.
I can't actually, because I'm on our screen.
Okay. Well, that's what's going on in the comment stream. You heard what Chris just shared about what Jabril said about your story. When you shared your story at the event, I know I was bawling my eyes out, and a bunch of other people were. So for what you need to understand is that your authenticity and your passion, that's all you need. You have so much to give, and you have you have everything you need. And I just, every time you open your mouth, people cry. You move people to tears. It's good. No, in a good way. In a good way. You have a way of...
You're making me cry right now.
Yeah, no, but you just have a way of helping people get in touch with their emotions, and your story is powerful, and you're powerful. And so it's amazing to watch this transformation happen, and what an impact you have on other people. So I just wanted to make sure that you're aware that.
Well, thank you very much. And, part of when you guys put that video up on the team site, when I was talking about the shift that happened inside of me when I went all in, I don't know if it's still up on the site right now, but that actually served as like a huge accountability for me every time I'd have those moments where I was like, I can't do this. This just isn't for me right now. I can't do this right now. I would think back, first of all, on the fact that video was up, and I was like, well, shit, I can't quit. They got a video up there of me, talking about it. So that was great accountability for me. But then thinking about that video got me present to how I felt making that video. And I was able to kind of stand in the space of, okay, you know what? I'm not there right now, but I know how freaking good that felt, and I know that's why I'm doing this, and that's where I'm headed back to. And I may not be there right now, but I'm headed back there. That's awesome. That's what still kept me in the space of being connected to all of you guys, and that's what had me put a lot at risk to make the trip out to Denver, and I have absolutely no regrets about that.
You know, that's why, and Chris, that's so amazing that this is so powerful what you're talking about here, because that's why it's so important. Like, you guys hear us say, when you fill out your intention sheet, not just for buying all the products, there's an intention sheet in the 15K formula for when you're going to achieve certain goals by. That's why we tell you to email it to your sponsor or to us. That's why we tell you to, even shoot a video about it or put it out publicly, because what you just said there, Krista, is the key. When you make a claim publicly, it is, I'll tell you what, years ago, I had quit my job, and I went nuts about the fact that I quit my job, and literally 2.5 months later, I almost had to get a job again. And I said, no, that ain't happening, because I literally have been tearing it up the streets about how awesome it is that I quit my job. If I go get a job again, that is not okay. So I literally did whatever it took at that point in time to make sure I never had to have a job again. And again, in December, guess where I was? Literally at the point where I was like, what am I going to do? Am I going to move back home with my parents because I was so broke? I said, oh, no, that's not happening. That's not happening. When you guys realize that it's so much more powerful than just the fact that we want you to give us your intention sheet. It's not just something we're asking you to do because we want to have a stack of papers in on our wall or wherever we decide to put them, a folder of intention sheets or whatever. It's because we want you to. Nice.
I was gonna say, Jordan, like, you are on point tonight. I wasn't gonna say anything, but I think Rachel's even making you look even better just by sitting there.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, I need all the help I can get, So, the point is that when we have you guys do certain things, and you don't have to understand why we have you do stuff or why we ask you to, the beautiful thing is that we know, and someone asked me, they're like, well, why does it work? I don't know why it works. I don't understand necessarily why it works. All I know is that when you make a claim to the universe and you make it publicly, and when you do all these vision statements and all this stuff, the universe bends. It's amazing how it bends to your will. It's amazing how Landon 4 months ago was struggling to get by and make $1,200 a month, and now he walks around in don't be a wussy tank tops and makes $14,000 a month
in the same tank top every day,
drinking margaritas every day. I mean, it's
change clothes.
Yeah, and he probably smells. Yeah, you probably smell better than I do, though, Landon. I don't know. I think that's me. That's starting to smell over here, man.
That's not good,
but,
dude.
I mean, do you guys smell that? Holy cow! But actually, no.
Dude, I'm gonna try that on
you guys are lucky. I typically, Thomas, you haven't seen any commentary, but it's because Rachel's sitting next to me. So.
Well, you may want to be careful about talking about. Do you smell that? Because she's the only one sitting next to you right now, and if you don't want to get smacked.
It's definitely me. She smells wonderful. But so, so the point is, like, everything Krista just shared here this evening, you guys, and that's why making these commitments is so powerful, because then you look back at it and I like what Tony Rush said. He talked about accountability partners, and I don't think accountability partners are a bad thing at all. But one of his team members had come to him and said, I need you to assign me an accountability partner so that I can stay focused and get work done and make sure I'm doing all the right things. And Tony said, if you need an accountability partner, if you need me to assign you one, then you might as well just quit right now, because quite honestly, like what Krista had right there, her accountability partner is the fact that she shot a video and proclaimed publicly that she's going to achieve certain things. Now, it doesn't matter whether or not you achieve those things on time, exactly when you say you did, but it keeps you around. It keeps you doing the things that are necessary to achieve those goals. And my goodness, I'm losing it here. Landon, you're throwing me here.
Oh, sorry, man.
Stop hypnotizing everybody, Landon.
Yeah, I know, Landon. You're just like, I'm like, okay. It's good looks. That's all. He's got no magical powers. It's only his good looks. It's only because he's the sexiest 22-year-old male. 14-year-old male. That sounds freaky, dude. I don't know if I should be saying 14-year-olds are sexy. This is on YouTube, by the way, too. That might get me thrown in. By the way, Landon, show them your driver's license. Tell them that you're over 14 so they don't.
Yeah, for those of you that are on this hangout for the first time and don't know who Landon is.
I don't need a prison.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, if you're new to this hangout and you haven't met Landon yet, Landon is actually 22 years old. Believe it or not. He really is. There's nothing illegal going on here. He's 22. In fact, he's the number one recruiter in our team right now. So,
yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he recruited Rachel. Thank you.
George says thank you.
It's my hypnotic language in my ads.
Okay, can someone go and bring Pam out here? She's next on the list. Or actually, Pam and Solomon. Actually, I want to get both of them out here.
Hey, ooh, yeah.
Do you have Pam's email address?
Yeah, it's in the chat.
You got it.
But Chris doesn't. Chris can't invite them, so just post like a link to Facebook.
Oh, okay.
You know the link at the top there, Amy?
Yeah, I got it. Hey, Pam, if you're on here,
I'll be right back.
I'd get on Facebook, but I haven't logged on to Facebook.
I think I'm friends
like
with Solomon too.
9 days ago, and so I'm have probably a million messages and comments, and I'm just not ready to deal with all that.
All right, Pam. Solomon, you're next. I think I'm friends with Solomon. Yeah.
Okay. So.
Sent. They're both Facebook messages.
What the heck was I saying here? So this team video, you guys are gonna crack up when you see it. We scripted this hilarious thing. Who was there watching us film it?
Oh no, I saw that. I saw the video. You guys are modeling it after.
Ah, okay. You didn't actually see us film it.
No, because I had to leave Friday morning.
Gotcha. Hilarious.
It took all day.
It did. It did take all day, and for all day we're gonna get like 5 minutes of footage.
I hope.
So we did like every scene 3 times. Like we got to get the best one. So I'm in the process of cutting that together, and I hope to have that done by Thursday, because I actually have to leave up to Alaska on Friday for 8 days. So the goal is to have that finished by Thursday, so we can have that new video out for everyone. The only process that's really tedious right now is cutting through the testimonials and cutting the testimonials in right now. Because we're going to have people who were there, everybody who was there is going to have like at least a snippet in that video, in that team video. So that was one of the bonuses of coming to the first all-in retreat for Team BTC, which is going to be so cool. That's going to be an epic video like no other. I mean, even Jabril is saying that's going to be the best video. I mean, he filmed it, and he said, I can't wait. This is going to be the best bridge video in the history of the industry. I mean, that's coming from Jabril.
That's awesome.
The opening is hilarious. Freaking love it.
I can vouch for it because I've seen it, so it's awesome.
Yeah, any video that involves horseshoes, a hammock, a hot tub, a sauna, and laying out on a deck and reading books all at the same time has got to be a cool video.
Speaking of the sauna, did that light ever get fixed?
Nope.
We did catch something.
No, I said the sauna.
Okay.
I said the sauna. I was just I remembered the night the light went out in the sauna.
So what's one of the other some of the other one-liners from I've got.
One of my favorites was Cyril's actually, and I might misquote it slightly, but it was something about I'm ready to go. I've been influenced by the Dirty Monkey. The Dirty Monkey drink
Dirty
that
banana.
Jordan was making.
The Dirty Banana.
Or Dirty Banana, that's what it was.
Dirty banana.
That was just great. So for those of you that don't know what the quotes is, we actually compiled a list on the fridge of the hilarious one-liners that we heard throughout the week, just random stuff. And obviously the first one was, from Bree, "Oh my God, Landon, I think your balls just dropped." And then 2 was, I've been influenced by the Dirty Banana, which was hilarious. If you actually heard her say it, it was hilarious. It's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was early in the morning. I had not had my coffee yet, and Solomon was talking, and he said he's from Holland. I was like, Solomon, what language do you speak? Hollish? And Jordan's like, I believe that's Dutch, Chris.
Dutch.
Like, oops, yeah, And then what were a few other? And then obviously the sex with your boss one, Was there any others, guys? I think there was one more on there.
There's one more.
Yeah, the freaking s'more sticks. That was like no stick in this freaking forest.
Oh yeah. Someone say that one. That wasn't
Eric said that.
I walked like 20 minutes in the forest. I couldn't find one stick. How weird is
Yeah, it
that?
was strange. It was like that.
This is the last sticks in the forest.
Someone coming out at night taking all the sticks from the forest? I don't know.
We were trying to get him to roast marshmallows on, to make s'mores. And what was it exactly that was said? I remember reading it, but it was something about like be mindful of all the sticks in the
Be
forest.
mindful of the forest, it has no sticks. Or...
Yeah, be mindful of the forest, it has no sticks in it. Like, what?
And then next thing you know, he
jokes.
walks back with like a stack of sticks.
Yeah.
I found them on the pathway in front of the house.
Nice.
Just have to use your imaginations, I guess.
Well, thank you, Taryn. We
What quote did I
appreciate it very
miss?
Oh, be mindful of the forest. There's no sticks in it. One.
Oh yeah.
And I think the fox liked those s'mores too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fox sure did. We actually saw some deer out in the yard one morning, and actually there was a baby bear cub. out
Yeah,
there.
I saw him run across the street.
Yeah, it's a cup.
Wow.
Baby
Yep.
bear.
Good thing you didn't attack my tent.
Yeah, well the bear cub wouldn't have had a problem with. It's the
He
mama
probably
bear.
smelled me and he's like,
I
I need
was
to get
just
away
going
from
to say,
that
I
place
could see
right
like
now.
a big pen of smoke surrounding the tent
Yeah.
probably naturally drove the wildlife
Yeah.
in the other direction.
Funny.
That's awesome.
So who do we have? We have Solomon coming out. Has
Solomon
he been in
and
the
Pam,
comments stream?
I haven't seen either of them in a while. Pam was here earlier.
Was Solomon out at all? Normally he's really
Yeah, I
active in
haven't
the
seen him
comments stream.
tonight, you know.
Yeah.
Man, Solomon was so awesome. I mean, oh my God, he was cool.
He
Just
he
hanging
posted
around.
in the group that he was at the airport and he was crying because he was so sad to leave, and the security guard came up to see if he was okay and actually took him for coffee to try to help him feel better.
Yeah.
And he was blown away by how nice the security guard was.
That's awesome.
See,
So-
now I got thoroughly frisked by the security guard when I went in. Never, ever wear a sweater with tiny metallic thread going through it. People
Oh,
will
goodness.
light up the machine like they've never seen before.
Oh, my
And it was a great experience, especially since I got dropped off at the airport less than 30 minutes before my flight was supposed to depart. It turns out my junior high track team sprinting abilities are still with me.
Yeah, Jordan, did
That
you
was
make it
about
okay?
the worst 25 minutes of my life.
I get frisked every time I go to the airport. I don't know why.
The
Well, you
beer.
look a little sketchy, Jordan. Let's
I know.
Big mystery. Such a mystery. You know, there was one other one. Did Solomon said something to Jordan. He was like, "Do you want to know how to say a cuss word in my language?"
Was that Hammerflugen?
Yeah. And so he said something like he said it real fast. He was like Hammerflugen, you know, and I was like, Hammerflugen? What? And he was like, yeah. And we were like, so what does that mean? He was like, basically it's the equivalent of the F word. And I was like, the F word in ours is a 1 syllable. That is like 8 syllables. Okay. I don't know if that rolls off the tongue too well. But next thing I know, I'm saying it. I'm like, Jordan, where are you going next? Where are you going with this? Like, you're gonna go on vacation and go Hammerflugen, huh? Hammerflugen off, aren't you?
That's Howlish.
Yeah, that's Hollish.
That's Howlish. And Tim's like, Chris, you mean Dutch? Oh man. Well, needless to say, Chris had only been sleeping until about noon every day, so you know, I'm just kidding, Chris.
Oh man, I had
Just
sleep
kidding.
deprivation just like anybody else.
Oh man, dude, I literally passed out on both airplanes on the way out here, and like in the taxi cab, and then when I got to the hotel at like 5:30 in the afternoon, I passed out, and I've been sleeping. I mean, I took a nap yesterday, and then I still went to bed at like 10:30, and I didn't wake up until like 10:30 this morning.
Really?
So, yeah.
Okay, so it looks like
rough.
you know, Pam and Solomon aren't around anymore. So unless you guys have tried to unless someone hasn't forgot to contact them. But Shan's out here too. So Amy, can you get Shan on? Possibly. Oh, she's not. She can't hear me. Hey, Amy.
Yeah. I told her that we were gonna. She's ready, and I posted her email address here. So
Now, Amy, do you realize that like your microphone on your that's not working. It's coming through your computer microphone. Like you gotta go
Is
to
it
your
now?
settings. Well, now you're real close to the computer, so I
Just
can't.
yell
No, I just
louder.
plugged it back
Just
in.
yell
and it
louder.
unplugged.
Just go to your settings because I'm pretty sure the way I hear you, that's not a microphone. That's you
Okay.
next to the
I
computer.
had it unplugged, but now it's plugged back in. So
If you go to your settings, the audio, the microphone device.
let me see what I can do here.
Yeah.
Hey Chris, I want to add something, just a quick one. I think
Sure.
it's right now while we're waiting for Shan to come up, I think the most impacted moment will be the new product that we were going to come out, the ENV2, because it's going to be international. Like for me, I'm very pumped up and looking forward to reach Asia, and I would love everybody in here, you know, in the hangout tonight. It's the possibility are there. We're reaching the U.S., we're reaching the Asia, we're reaching the Europe. Everybody's, you know, came out here into our retreat from Holland, from Costa Rica, you know, it's like from Australia perhaps, right? And it's everything, you know, everyone comes here together around the world. So I think that I just want to point it out, you know, everyone here, we all together achieving success and possibilities together. It's limitless. And the world is our oyster, right? So that's all
Absolutely.
about, you know, this is what it's all about.
Yeah, and so for those of you that don't know
It's a secret.
Yes. So for those of you that don't know what Cyril's talking about, there's something big, really, really big coming. And here's what you need to know about it right now, and this is all we really know, is that it can be in any language, translated to just about any language on the planet by the time it gets finished. So we're going to be able to explode everywhere into all markets. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, guys. Something really, really
Yes.
cool coming.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. That completely changes the game again. You know, we started out this company changing the game, and we just changed it again. And that's coming real soon.
And people who get started now have a chance to capitalize on that. I mean, you know, it's happening in the next 60 to 90 days. So if you're not in yet and you want to capitalize on that, it's a good timing to get started.
I mean, it's the same thing as, you know, kind of like how Jordan was talking about how, you know, he was really back at square one, struggling, you know, back in December, like, what can I do? Should I go back to a job? You know, I have almost nothing. And then what did he do? He just came back to empower.
Yeah.
He just came back to empower.
I made a smart decision and I did the right thing. You know,
right?
But you know, and not to say any of other stuff that I did in the past was bad necessarily. I don't downplay any of that. It was all great learning experience, great people, great companies and whatnot. But you know, really, what's going on over here versus whatever else I've been involved in is this is actually allowing me to just really truly be myself, live my purpose, and actually help people, not just sell them a product or a service that they may or may not need, that they may or may not just be buying to make money from home. It's helping people to break through. It's helping people to transform their lives in ways that I've never seen before. I mean, from hearing Thomas speak in the event that we had, and from speaking to Krista, and from, I mean, Bree, I didn't even know that about you, and I can only imagine the breakthroughs you actually had this weekend. And you know, I know what you and Josh had some major breakthroughs together, realizing as a couple that you guys are more powerful working, you know, what you guys broke through there, and just seeing the stuff that what's really happening to people is nice. Yeah, that is pretty powerful. Hey, awesome. You know, just really helping people to. I think more important than teaching people how to make money and how to market is, like Krista just had the massive breakthrough, and now she's going to start making money, a lot of money, a ton of money, and it's just absolutely amazing. So,
Shan, if you're here, I sent you a Facebook invite.
Awesome. Maybe I'll have to stay in town at least through next Tuesday.
You better be back on time for Steely Dan. That's all I have to say.
I'll be back. What day is Steely Dan? Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Here she comes. There we go.
All right, Shan.
Hi, Shan.
Are you there?
She's muted.
I'm here.
Hey. All right.
Woohoo.
And now she's going to start making a lot of money.
Okay, so
Sure,
Shan, go
Angela.
ahead and
Sure.
pause the other one. We can hear the feedback in the background.
Okay.
You're here.
Yeah, I will. Hold on.
Oh, Solomon just woke up. Hey, Solomon, go check your Facebook. We sent you a link to get on the Hangout with us right now. We might have some people might have to get off in order to get anyone else on.
I think the limit is 10. I think we're
okay.
there. Yeah, we have 10, so we'll have someone jump off here when he might be able to get on.
Solomon, try to get on and see what happens. Let us know in the comments if you can't.
Shan, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
All right. Yes,
Sound
we
great.
can. You
Awesome.
sound really good, loud and
Awesome.
clear. So
It was
how did?
amazing. It was amazing. I have to, Krista, you know what? You've said a lot of what I was feeling when I was there, a little anxious and not sure that how it was going to be received, that, you know, I haven't been producing as much as I'd like to, and wow, just everybody was amazing and so kind and generous of their time, and it was awesome. I think for me, I'll get on here. I know it's getting late, but was refocusing and getting my intention clear. I've kind of been really scattered, and this really got me focused in on what I've got to do now, especially with the next 90 days. So I've redone my intention, and Amy, I'm going to send that to you because that's important to me to do that. So,
Awesome.
and I had roomies and I had bunk beds, and I really bonded with some really great people there. It was just an experience I can't even explain.
That's cool. You know, that's what happens. That's what happens is just, you know, I've never seen this kind of thing. You know, I really
Chris,
haven't.
the story, you know, just the stories that hearing people's lives and crying, it was just amazing just to hear what people have gone through and their struggles. And you think you've had a bad day, well, look out. You listen to someone else. It was amazing. Krista especially, and Renita, oh my God. So it was awesome. And I guess the storytelling as well, and getting your emotions out and being able to get it on paper where you could actually speak it. And that was very, very cleansing in a way, going back and looking at your history and what you've been through, and you go, wow, I've been through a lot myself and been able to share that with other people. So it was awesome.
Right on. Yeah, it's powerful stuff. I mean, that story stuff is just like, you know, the cool part about it is that it served two purposes, you know. For one, it's great for you to be able to get your story down and understand how to tell it, because that's going to be the foundation of you as a marketer moving forward in any way that you want to market, videos, blog posts, ads, you know, whatever, you can now tell your story. And the cool part is because it's your story and you're learning how to actually relay it in a way that people understand very well and can resonate with, everybody around could relate. Everybody around could feel your story. And because of that, we all actually decide, you know, really learn to understand each other. We learned so much more about each other, and everyone was able to really understand and see each other, you know, for who they are and where they're at, and just it helped everyone connect so much deeper. So it served like a double purpose, and it helped the family there just kind of really solidify and everyone really understand where each other was at and be able to support each other where each other was at as well. So, yeah. Angela, you got something there?
Katie does, actually.
Aha.
I was just saying, so, you know, I filmed everyone's stories, right? And I know it took us 2 days to sort of, you know, put our story down on paper and then condense it to a minute and then talk what you... I mean, it was this huge process, right? And a lot of us, including myself, had a really extremely hard time doing this, right? And we're really nervous to talk in front of the camera, and how many takes do we get? And I'm pretty sure every person had one take, and it was perfect. They just sat down and they did it, and it was so awesome to watch. It was just so neat. It was so neat to hear everyone else's story, but it was just incredible to watch the progression from, people being like I mean, I know from my own self that the thought of being in front of a camera, telling my story or telling anything literally made me want to throw up. So, and I know I talked to several other people who felt the same way. But it was just amazing. They just sat down and did it. It was really cool. And most of them were about a minute and a half. I don't know how that happened, but it was great. So thanks for all your help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
Of course. It was too. I went through the videos just yesterday because I was trying to cut pieces out into them to put in the team video. And wow, you guys, wow. Just the transformation from people that were like, I don't know how to even, put my story into any words right now, and for them to get one take, 2 days later, one take, not having a script, not reading a script, and just using the camera and talking to the camera just like that so naturally, wow, So, Jordan, you got something there, bud?
Was just really fitting along with the commentary in the sidebar here. You might have missed the last 4 lines. I've been reading a lot of books about spirituality lately and realizing how godlike I am. So,
Oh my God. Landon wants to know how long after one Jets drops can one become a god.
Well, read the chat because I got your answer for you.
Well, Landon, my nuts dropped when I was about 12, so I'm 29 now. That's 17 years.
Okay, so 30.
We gotta. I tell you what, if you gotta go get an electric razor, one of those ones that where the razors are all on the inside. It's got like the Norelco, the 3 things, and just shave like every 25 minutes. Shave your whole face every 25 minutes, and then you'll start to grow a thick beard in after about a month.
That's one of the secrets.
The first step. Let your hair start growing a little bit longer, unless you want to be like Hermes. He had short hair. That's okay too. But we got to get some long hair going on, and I've got a few really good books that you can read. About how to become godlike, or how to actually not even become godlike, but just simply realize right now that you guys are already like gods, and how powerful you already are. As soon as you realize it, you become godlike. Just simply realize it.
And Landon, the most important part is just master the 8 core commandments.
8 core commandments, yeah.
And you're a god.
The 8 core commandments. 2 tablets got sent down from the mountain in Costa Rica with the 8 core commandments.
that David Wood wrote on the mountaintop
in Costa Rica.
It was funny. Dave was like something. He was like, "Yeah, I'm just trying to be more like the Lord or whatever."
Somebody posted, "Oh, Jordan," in the comments, and I'm thinking of your Aunt Jordan that says, "Sweet Jesus, would you shave that beard?"
Yeah, she's just yeah. Well, she doesn't like she likes clean shaven men, and I tried to explain to her that some women like manly men and not wussies. Some women like non-wussies. So
like Landon.
Yeah. Landon likes non-wussies.
So, Shan, is there anything else that you took away from the retreat that you haven't told us that just really, stood out for you?
I guess I would say just being able to connect with people and realizing that everybody's at a different level. That there's some people that have got a lot more experience and they've got more technical ability, and there's people that have got less technical ability than I have. And it was kind of refreshing. We were all on our own journey. And, the comparing thing, you just got to get that right out of your head because it's your own story, it's your own journey, it's your own marketing. You can listen to see what everyone else is doing, but at the end of the day, it's you and what you've got to find that's going to work best for you and that you're the most comfortable with. So getting out of that comparing and just listening to what other people are saying, and that really helped me as well.
Awesome.
Hey, Shan, I just wanted to say real quick, I heard you say my name right before I got bumped off. I didn't get off voluntarily. Something happened with the connection. So if you said anything to me that I didn't respond to, I wasn't ignoring you. I missed the whole first part of what you said. So
No, Krista, you know
Okay.
what? The only thing I was going to say is I really relate to what you were saying. Being down there and being a little nervous and a little apprehensive, things haven't gone as I thought they would in the last 90 days, and just apprehension, and could totally relate to you. That's all I was saying there.
Okay, I just didn't want you to think I didn't respond. Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. And
I
you
just
did make
love-
it on your plane.
What'd you say?
You did make it on your plane.
Yes, thank God for the Delta Airlines employee who screwed up the boarding procedures, because
Oh,
otherwise
fabulous.
I would not have made my plane.
I didn't think you were going to make it, to be honest.
Well, Tim and I decided that I would make it because I had to make it, and that was simply the way it was going to be.
Exactly. Yeah, good. Good.
I was just going to say, I love just one of my favorite things about this retreat was just all of the different, not just the different stories, but just all of the different personalities, and, like a family where, certain people get up really early in the morning and they're the first ones up. Like, I think Solomon was the first one up every single day. And then, you just kind of, it was just awesome, like, just seeing all of the different personalities and how everybody just kind of gelled together during the week, and
we all know who's the crazy uncle in the family.
yeah, the class clown, you mean?
Who's that?
The crazy uncle.
Crazy uncle. Oh wait, I am an uncle. You must be talking about Josh. I get it. Hey, you can't poke fun at him while he's not here. That's not nice, guys. It's not nice.
Hey, Solomon, if you're out there and you didn't check the comments, we did send you a Facebook link to get on the Hangout. So if you haven't seen that yet, go ahead and check your Facebook messages now.
Pam,
And
too.
we have it, and Pam as well, if you're up, Pam.
I don't think she's up. I haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah, she's on the East Coast. It's like 1:15 in
I
the
was
morning.
just going to say, yeah, it's almost 1:30 here, so she may not be up anymore.
I'm reading the comments here. You guys are so awesome.
I have to go back through and read all the comments when we get off.
Oh,
I can't-
it's more.
I can't-
It's like reading a book. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I can't see any I can't manage the two different screens right now without having issues with my computer, so I have to go back through and read all the comments and acknowledge everyone.
Nice. Yeah, there's some good commentary going on there. Are we talking about the commentary on the page or the commentary in the sidebar here? Because they're both pretty
I was
legendary.
referring the comments in the big group news feed that I can't see. I'm only in our little private screen right now, and
Yeah,
that's an entertaining show in and of itself. Actually,
Now you know what goes on behind the
Yes.
scenes, huh? Hmm.
some things, like I said, every day pretty much that we were at the retreat, there were things my ears heard that I can never unhear, and there were things that
How
my
do you
eyes
know
saw
this?
that I can never unsee. They're like
Hey,
burned
I didn't know
into
you
my
saw that. I'm sorry. I thought I was alone.
No, burned in my retinas.
Is Chris just staring at the ground, or is he actually laughing?
I got nothing.
Stream, please.
Speechless.
If you post another link in the comment stream, we're going to kick you out.
Yeah, that's the tough thing, guys, is that we love and appreciate you here. And the thing about this is that, we have people on this Hangout that are checking out Team Be the Change for the first time, and they've been invited here by someone that thinks they're worthy enough to join. And so we need to protect those people and not distract them or give them any links that, don't have, would possibly take them away. We've got to honor people who have brought people here to see what our team is about. So it's not that we want to be mean or anything like that or be jerks about it. And Amy wasn't a jerk about it, just to clear that up. But I'll be a jerk.
Almost
about it
putting his foot in his mouth there with that one.
I know, right?
We didn't really
I'll be
mean
a
to
jerk about it.
We didn't mean to be rude about it and jerks
Yeah.
and Amy's gonna drive all the way up to Breckenridge now and punch you in the face.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, it's so funny because I was watching Back to the Future the other night, and at the end of the movie, Doc Brown comes back. He's like, "No, I got to take you back to the future," and he's like, "Well, what happens? I mean, do we become assholes or something?" It's like the worst thing ever.
It's like the worst word ever. If they only heard one of these hangouts in the 80s, man. Oh my God, I don't even know what they would do.
Yeah.
If they heard me speaking on a
Solomon,
hangout.
did you click on the link in your Facebook messages? That's how you get on. Click on that link in your Facebook message that I sent you.
Yeah.
You have to go to Facebook and check your messages.
Yeah. Totally.
You know what, Amy? I can get off and
There might be
leave
too
some
many
room there
people
for
on right now. Let's see,
Solomon.
we got 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah,
5,
we have
6,
10.
7, 8,
Yeah,
9,
we
10.
can.
10 is the
we can
max,
go
so
I'm gone. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay.
Shan,
Thanks very much, guys. Yeah.
Shan,
Bye-bye.
thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Really
Thanks.
do. It was great
Yeah.
to have you around.
Love you.
Yeah, I love you guys too. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Thanks so much. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Thanks, Shan.
Love you, Sharon.
And I know I was kind of a jerk, and I just have no tolerance for
aren't.
people that show up and put in links trying to get people to. It was not an innocent link.
Trolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone
For
like.
that, and I will be a jerk, and I'm not.
Well,
gonna
see,
even
those are the
apologize
kind of
for it.
links, Amy. Those are the links, Amy. When you see one of those, that's where you have permission to drop the F-bomb, and you can say "fuck off." Because you're coming over here and posting links on our stuff so you can get people to maybe join your Empower team or
Selling
join some other
traffic.
business or something else, some
Selling
traffic,
or
something.
yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
shiesty, That's just learn how to market effectively. And
It's like zero
I mean, quite
etiquette.
honestly, if you're selling traffic that way as well, like, do people really believe you can get good traffic if that's how you got to sell it? You fucking loser.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the thing is that like even when I'm on Facebook and I do a post, and the funny thing is like when I target certain niches, you get like out of every 10 comments you have like 4 or 5 people that are like, I have something better, contact me for details. And it's like, do you really think I'm going to let you stay on my page? I'm going to delete you, and not only am I going to delete you, I'm going to ban you from my page because all you're doing is trolling. And like really seriously learn how to market like a real marketer rather than trying to, take off the bat, like literally piggyback off of somebody else's success and then draw, some type of result from that. Like how that to me, that's the lowest of the low. Like I really don't understand how, that's worse than just spamming the heck out of everything. I mean, just really trying to, steal from somebody else on there. And so, I mean, what kind of a consciousness does a person have to have where they think that they're going to be that? Do they actually think they're smart enough to go on to a live hangout where there's comments there and think it's going to be an effective long-term strategy that's going to give you residual income where you can say, hey, I'm better? Like, there's some people that have the audacity to literally talk shit about you on your own comment stream and say you suck and then I'm better. Like, you look so fucking classy, it's unbelievable, right?
I think that's called a Flanagan, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was seriously the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, so
you,
Amy,
Flanagan.
Amy, when you said earlier, no links allowed, I didn't see the links. So had I known it was someone who was trolling, being like that, trying to literally just steal, then I would have probably been an asshole right up front. I thought it was someone who was innocently putting a link like, hey guys, check this out.
That's why I was not nice.
No,
I
yeah, those
appreciate you
people-
guys. I appreciate you guys doing that and monitoring this as well as you do, because I don't know that all groups or all teams do that. And tonight, for instance, I do actually have someone new. My friend Dave Miller is on here for the very first time. He's just kind of yeah. Hey, Dave Miller.
Welcome, Dave.
He is, just kind of checking things out for the first time. And so when this is somebody's first exposure to our team and our company to see all that bullshit going on, it really sets a bad tone in my opinion. So I like the fact that you guys monitor that as diligently as you do, because it makes me feel very comfortable when I do invite people to come here that I know they're going to see what we're presenting and what we're about and what we're not about.
Yeah, and so, like Amy, you may see this like serious face that Amy has half the time. Amy actually smiles all the time when I'm talking to her, and you'll see it. But oftentimes we've been like, she's the one that's taken the role of monitoring the comment stream. So you'll see her go like this and just zero in, and just be like stone-faced, like watching the comments, reading through, monitoring them, playing security guard, playing cop. And so it's kind of funny because, I'll look over and I'll be like, Amy, smile. She's over there like she's doing her job, So it's like, well, not job, but you know what I mean, right? We don't have jobs. So she's doing what she's chosen to do, the role she's chosen.
We had this basketball coach in high school, and he was always like kneeling beside the bench, the team bench, and like pounding on it, and just angry look on his face. And my buddy Ben, God rest his soul, man, he always used to come around and he'd make us crack up, after school with this. He'd say, "Me saw stone face. Me saw big things with my face." And then he'd start like pounding into the basketball bench, dude. And we all knew exactly who he was talking about. So sorry, that just stone face just brought that one right back in. We also might have partaken in a little bit of marijuana back after high school, which made it even more funny. So that was back when I still did that, which I don't anymore. But it was even funnier then, Wow. Thank you for making me laugh there, Chris.
But that's the thing, guys, is that here's something that if there's any teaching and training of any marketing concepts here tonight, listen to this. When you're marketing, you're going to be attracting to you people that you are like. It's called resonance. Okay, it's just like tuning forks. That if you bang on a tuning fork in the same room, if there's another tuning fork that is the same size and the same frequency modulation, whatever the heck you call it, I don't even want to pretend like I know everything I'm talking about. But essentially, if you bang on that tuning fork, that same size tuning fork will start vibrating on the other side of the room because it hears the frequency from that tuning fork, and it's called the law of resonance. Okay, Solomon, he's on. Solomon. You guys have been saved by Solomon. I'm not going to go on that boring lecture anymore.
Thank you, Solomon.
Thanks.
Hey, Solomon, are you there?
There's a button in the top right corner there, Solomon, that you gotta push on. You'll see a little microphone with a line through it in the top right, whichever way that is.
Now,
there you
can
go.
you hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh yeah.
We can hear you.
Yeah.
Man, it's good
all
to see you
right.
again.
How are you, brother?
Fine, thank you. And you guys? Wow.
Hi, Solomon.
Yeah. Hey.
Man, you guys, I just got to say one thing about Solomon to kind of set the stage here. That man can dance.
I was just going to say that. He schooled all the young guys in the
Yeah,
dancing.
he did. He can cut some rug like no other. My goodness.
That was hilarious. Like Jordan comes up to me that night, and like I wasn't watching the dance, and he's like, "There were some moves that you'll never see again." Like we invented our own dance moves.
Yeah, we did, man. Yeah, we did. Him and Jerry, man. Jerry.
That was awesome.
Jerry.
Together a whole montage of Jordan's moves.
Yeah, Jordan looked like Screech.
Seen.
Jordan looked like Screech from Saved by the Bell.
I got a couple of pretty good videos.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we got all the footage.
I want to see this.
We have more incriminating footage than anything we've ever done before. It's going to be great. How much this is going to. I'm just switching Tim over to just straight video editing.
Blackmail
videos.
Just blackmail packages ready.
Blackmail videos.
Yellow envelopes.
All day long. Yeah, blackmail videos.
We all get a yellow envelope at our door.
Yep.
We do need to put together a blooper reel and have that as an incentive. When you get all in, then you get to see the blooper reel.
That's it. So, Solomon, what was your experience of the all-in retreat, my friend?
Wow. Can you hear me good?
Yes, we can.
Well, my experience is, still I'm very emotional about it because it was a really nice time there because I worked up also on myself, the personal thing. What we have done there, it is really amazing. We have to write our story, especially. Well, I have a long story, and from long to make it short was very hard. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, go ahead. Tell your story, Solomon. That's the next thing I was going to ask you.
Well, for me, it was a real learning process, and I really learned a lot. And it was also very nice to meet the other team members, to know each other. I think I already talked with everybody, and that was really nice, and it gives you that family feeling. And what really interesting was when I was talking, like writing my story, when I was talking with Jibril, and it was really, he gave me a kind of tip what I never thought before, which makes it easier to me to tell it even shorter. But outside of that, what the most important thing for me was like bonding with you guys, like you are like my family, not like my family. You are my family, actually. That's what I felt, and I can do anything I want there. I hang out, I go to my room, I listen to the audios, and I come out, have some coffee, and all those things are really important because everybody does what he really wants to do. So if you want to talk, you talk. If not, you just go around and see for yourself outside. That was really, really interesting. And all the, guys, I didn't say that then when you asked me there to when the video recording going on, but what happened was I just felt like the family team be the change gave me or show me my blueprint. That's what I felt. It's really very special feeling when you have that. Hi guys, I see Cyril and Craig on the screen. But when I left, that is the part of there when I was there. That morning when I left on Saturday, I was really sad, and I was at the airport. I don't know if Perik that told you. We were chatting with Facebook. After everybody says hi, now see you next time, and I stand there, I just froze, and I was really crying. I couldn't move, and one security guy come to me and asked me, "Sir, is everything all right?" I couldn't even speak to the guy. I was really emotional, and I told him I just left all my family behind. And I was telling him, "Oh, your family? What happened?" No. So I told him, and this guy was really involved with me, and he just stayed with me, and he bought me even coffee from security guys. Can you imagine that? I never met a security guy like that. He just helped me all the way through, even up to the security checkup when I check in. That was really amazing. That's all because of you guys. That's all happened to me, and I was really happy I was there. And I miss you guys, and I have learned a lot. I have tell you those weeks, a lot of things happened to me. I think to everybody was there. You can see it and you can feel it even. And well, it's a pity Thomas left earlier, but anyway. But it was really, really, yeah. I can only say good things. I didn't experience anything what I can say that of that. It's because of you guys. Look. I'm gonna show you. See all these books. That is a personal development. See all these books.
Wow.
Think Grow Rich, Secret of the Millionaires, The Secret. Start with why.
Nice.
Stop pouring and start living.
Yeah.
The Abundance Book.
Wow.
The Science of Getting Rich. So, you see, I'm a very rich person. See that?
Wow.
That is so awesome, Solomon.
You are an inspiration, Solomon.
That is
in many ways.
Thank you. But that is all what you get when you join your team, and you get all the good stuff. This people don't realize it because you learn a lot of personal development in the whole process, and that is one of thing. And if you are good about it, feel good about it, and that's it. And that's when you follow the way, the good way. And the right way, and that is one way, and I say that is the Team BTC. I tell you, that's really amazing. That was my experience, guys.
Awesome.
And I'm very, very happy about it, and I miss you guys still. And
we miss you too, brother.
Yeah, And I'm also at this time have a problem adjusting my jet lag, you know. That's why I just slept.
How long of a flight is that?
No, this time was 13 and a half hours, so almost 14 hours. Yeah.
I'm like 2.5 hours on a plane, and my legs are getting cramped, anxious. Man, that's.
Well, you better get ready for Bali because it's about 20 hours to get there. So.
Yes. I want to see Solomon dance in Bali.
We'll be doing first class all the way to Bali. Yeah, man, you got some dance moves, my friend. You got some dance moves. That's amazing.
You're looking good, Jordan.
You know, Solomon. I gotta. I'm not gonna share. Obviously, I don't want. It's your story. I don't want to go deep, but. From sitting and talking to you as we did that day, we talked for 45 minutes or so out by the hot tub, and I really got to hear your story and know who you are, and it's a lot of different people as well. A lot of different people hearing different stories of what people have been through in life. It just makes me wonder sometimes why such minute excuses can get in people's way of their success. And after hearing all of your stories, yours Solomon and Krista, and Krista, I mean those two are really the only two that I had time to sit with and really dig deep for 45 minutes to an hour and really hear the story. After hearing that, what people have gone through and what people have been through in life and what they've broken through and gotten over, gone over the mountain or what have you, to get what they wanted in life. I just know that you're going to be successful. And then I hear people make excuses like, oh, I don't have $100. Well, really? Really? Like, that's getting in your way? And then I hear these other stories, and I just know, oh, my God, the $100 or whatever that excuse that's there is just, it's nothing in comparison. And, someday when you do get to share your story with people, these people are going to be, they're just going to say, oh, my God, what's been holding me back? It's complete bullshit. Whatever's been holding me back. So it's so cool. It's so cool to really get to know you.
Well, I'd love to hear. I'd love for Solomon to actually. His story is amazing. I'd love for him to actually tell his, short version. Even if it's 3, 4, 5 minutes or something. Not the hour-long version. But Solomon, your story is so compelling. I would love to hear you just take a couple minutes. Or 3, 4, 5, whatever, and tell us, where you came from, your background, and how you got to where you are.
Okay, I'm originally from Ethiopia, and I was a refugee when I was at age 18. I just because of the problem in Ethiopia, I just walked like 10 days to Kenya, and I was really. I tell you this short, that's I walked like 10 days in the desert of Moyale, that's the southern part of Ethiopia, and 5 days without food. And just, when you walk 10 days in the sun desert, very hot, you hurt, But I've always one goal because I just want to save my life and just cross over. But I did that after 10 days. But anyway, that is the part of it. I can't tell you all long because you sit here for hours. So one day when I have my success story, I'll tell the whole story. Then I can tell it like in a series. But the quicker part is like after I left. After I been to Kenya, I just went from Kenya to Israel, and from Israel, I've worked as a sailor for like 2 years, international cargo ship, and went back again to Israel after 2 years, and I come back, and then I came to Holland, and in Holland I get married and I stayed. But that is when my life starts. But how I joined the Empower Network, anyway, it is that everybody knows that Angela is she rocks, is my sponsor, but it doesn't matter for me. Was like when you join, now you see, then that's not the part of it. I'm telling the long one again. It doesn't matter how you come, but the important thing is, I always think for myself, I'm really positive-minded guy. I say to myself, what it matters is you believe in the things what you see and you experience that. That's the important part. And you see, life is very hard. It's just not simple. Yeah, well, okay, but you have to make the best out of it anyway. So I always struggle to be where I am, and that's life. But you can ask me, do you have to struggle? Yes, everybody must. And that's the good of it. You learn from that struggling also, you know. That's the way now I tell the story, not like the video was taken, you know. I'm telling you just this because that's my life experience. You know, when you join the team, before I come to Denver, it's like I only know Angela. Well, anyway, with text messages we connect, and we have a lot of things to do. You know, she gave me a tip, so I can do that. I can do just only to learn things, you know. But I didn't know then that I'll be in Denver. But I tell Angela, I'll be in Denver. Ask her if she can tell you. I say I'll be in Denver, and you'll be surprised. That's what I said. And it doesn't matter what it takes. I'll be there. Then I was there, and I'm happy I do that. I did that actually, and yeah, that is the interesting story for myself. Even, hey, how do I do it? Yeah, that's because I make a decision. That's it. And Angela was saying, no, I won't be surprised, you know, like she said. But okay, but anyway, important is I was happy I was there. And when I met you guys there in that big hall in the Bellico Theater there, when we meet, it was just like I know you for years, you know. I said, oh, that's Amy. I could recognize everybody, you know, because of I watch all the time the Hangouts. Then I watch like I see Thomas, Landon, Chris, Jordan, everybody. I could just I have usually guys in my mind, and when I see them, I recognize them immediately. So it was really like yeah, I've been with you for many years, you know, just that feels like that. That's the feeling what you have. That's my experience actually. That I like the best of it. I like the best part of it actually, because I didn't feel like stranger when I met you.
The first thing you said to me was, "Today was fucked up."
Oh yeah. That's because I was that comes because of you have jet lag, you know. I was not completely fit, but I try to do that just by thinking positive and stay. That's why I said to you, because it was really fucked up. That felt.
Hey, how do you say fuck in Hollish? I mean Dutch. It's not Hammerflugen, is it?
The way he said fucked up is so eloquent, though. Say today was fucked up, Solomon.
Today what in Dutch, or in Amharic? Which one do you want?
No, say it in English.
In English, I said it was fucked up.
Doesn't it sound so much better than
that day,
great.
But not today. Today, today I felt a little bit better, but still I have problem really waking up on time. Normally I wake up. You have seen me there when I was in the breakage.
Really?
I wake up very early. So.
It's all those speed pills that you gave me.
Yeah.
Those breath mints. That's so funny. He told me it was speed. I was like, it's like sugar pills for the coffee. You got me going with that one. I was like, what did I just say?
What is this? I feel kind of funny.
That was really cool, Jordan. But anyway, awesome, that was really my story. But when I think Chris, maybe you have seen yourself in the video. But one day I'm ready to tell my story. So I want to tell everything. You know that I like to tell it to everybody. But then I do that when I have my success story. You know, I do it the long version. But
well, you know, I would do it if I were you, Solomon. I would encourage you to do that now. I mean, not right now on the Hangout, like an hour-long story.
Yeah,
I would say, you know, if it takes an hour, we don't have time for this particular Hangout. But if I were you, I would turn on the camera and I would just start telling the whole story, even if it took 2 hours.
Write a book.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
And then put it on your YouTube channel, and then email it to your list and let people know.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
You know, because Solomon, I mean, through talking to you, I mean, some of the obstacles that you did have a chance to share with me, and I know there was probably a lot more than what you were able to share. I mean, I just think, you know, of course, the first one of you making it through the desert was like, oh my God, okay. You know, if his Facebook account gets shut down, or if his YouTube channel doesn't put the video up right, or if his blog doesn't look proper, I don't think that's going to stop him. You know, where some people be like, oh, my blog post got 2 visitors, I'm done, I quit, I didn't make $10,000 in my first week, you know, for whatever. But like after hearing the obstacles you faced, and going to when you got to Kenya, going to that the office to get your papers so you could become a United Nations citizen. And the obstacles you face simply getting the papers so you could get out of the country and not not have them continuing to pay for everything, so you could just leave the country and be free. The obstacles you face there, and literally how you were just like, no, this is what I have the rights for, and I'm going to do whatever I need to do to make sure that you give me my papers. And you just walked up to the front of the line and walked into the office and didn't take any shit from nobody. I mean, that's the kind of stuff where knowing what you went through to just survive back then makes me know that the little bit of obstacles, the little tiny obstacles you're going to face, like, oh, my blog post is not centered right. It looks it's shifted off to the right a little bit. You're not going to freak out and lose your mind over it. You're going to say, oh, well, I guess that just happens, you know. It's and when people hear those obstacles that you faced, it's going to be so you know, it's going to be so much of like, why am I even worried about this? I have so much more to be grateful for, that I didn't have to face those certain things in life. So,
yeah, and you know, the cool thing with Solomon is that we even gave him an award at the breakout room, and the award was for was overcoming all odds was the award, right? Yeah,
against all odds. Against all
and he
odds.
should also get best
odds.
dressed too, because man, you looked like a pimp when you rolled out to that airport.
Sharp.
My goodness.
Yeah, and the thing was is that he sent me a message and he said, you know, Chris, I have a ticket, and I have a plane ticket. I don't have a hotel, and I don't have the money yet for the retreat, but I am all in. So by the time I get there, I'll figure out a place to stay, and I will have money for you for the retreat. And you know, I just replied back to him and said, you know what, brother, if you can make that happen, get on a plane, and the rest will work itself out. And, you know, he made it. He just made the decision and didn't make any excuses and did it, you know, coming all the way from Holland, just, you know, barely being able to make it all happen. And he made the commitment to it. And look at what it has done for his life. Look at what it has done for his skill set and his marketing and his chance to connect with all of us. You know, Solomon's going to be here, you know, and we know it. And so it just goes to show when someone is going to say something like, you know, well, I can't afford $100, you know, to get my mind right, so I can build my business, or I can't afford $1,000 because I don't want to pay for real, actual marketing training that most people would pay about $10,000 to $20,000 for the same amount of training anywhere else if someone was trying to profit from it, rather than making it affordable and it be a gift from the people that taught it for people to make 100% commissions off of. And for Solomon to just say, you know what, I'm going to do everything I can and make it happen, and make it happen just tapping into his inner resources, that's amazing. And that's just a testament to, you know, your story and knowing that you've struggled before, and this was nothing new. You know, you're Solomon, you're an overcomer. You know, you've overcome whatever you've had in your life, and you know what? Honestly, this little thing about getting to an event and getting to a retreat wasn't nothing for you.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why when he said he's going to do it, he just went and did it. You know, shit.
Yeah.
But I was wondering that next to Jordan, we met. Was the one lady next to you?
Yeah. Rachel.
Yeah.
She's the one. She's the one that lost her wallet.
Yeah. See, I was watching. Say, hey, so that's nice to see you again. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. You know, I want to say that people, making excuse or not, I don't know. But for me, it was like really, I decided even when I start after the first the inner circle actually, like you pay $145, something like that. But after that, you know, I say to Angela, if I couldn't do it, then I stop with everything. So say I'll go all in or I'll go out. You know, that was my story. That's
awesome.
I have to do it. Because, you know, when you can't say like I'm a little bit pregnant, you know, you can't say that. You are pregnant or not? And if you want to make the best out of it, is really I will advise everybody actually. Everybody must go all in. That's where the wisdom and the knowledge is and everything.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of stuff, even for you guys. You are well experienced many years, but there's a lot of stuff what's going on in there. What will help you, and also you learn a lot of things. You can't learn this stuff. Well, this very good stuff actually. What is there? You have to take the time to study, but there's a lot there what you can't get. Like somebody say when I was in Denver, say, yeah, you can even go to the university to study things. Yeah, some of the stuff what in there you can't even learn it there, but it is because it is based on really experience of a lot of guys, like also the Dave and Dave's stuff what is in there. And all other experts that will work on it, and those stuff you can't learn it in a book. Yeah, some tricks can you learn, you know, technical stuff, but this what personal stuff you can't learn it from school. That's the beauty of it. What I'm experienced still, also when I was with you at the Breakage. You know, like let me say, when I wake up in the morning and somebody comes, we hug and we talk. You know, what does it mean? A lot of people don't know that even. But you know, when you're bonding with each other, it gives you also a power of anything. You know, you feel like you are able to do anything you want. But that's the reality. Is also you can't do anything you want, but you have to go all in. That's what I'm going to say to the people who are watching this tonight. For you tonight, but for me in the morning. But that's really very important. You have to be in to make for yourself the best of it. And that is my experience. That's why I like to share with you, with my family, BTC guys. I love you guys.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, rock, really.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of going all in, too, just something I want to throw out there to everyone who's not yet, and to everyone who literally just recently did get all in. We do an all-in call every single Wednesday night where we have, we get on the call, we do Q&A. We sometimes talk about different concepts or whatever that we feel are necessary to chat about, but we also then we have Q&A, and it typically runs for just about as long as it needs to. We've had it run over 2 hours before, where when people have questions, we can literally pick apart what they're doing in their business, what they're doing, what's going on, to really help them dig through and find out why certain things aren't happening a certain way. And we can critique what you're doing as far as marketing goes to really not only help you, but help other people that are all in get access to us, myself and Amy and Chris and Landon and Thomas and Angela and the other leadership council here to really share, one-on-one what's going on in your business and how we can help you get to the top. So we do have that time every single Wednesday night at, what time is it, like 8 p.m. Mountain Time or 8 p.m. Eastern Time?
6 p.m. Mountain
Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Every single Wednesday night, except for the exception of the fact that we were in a mansion last week. We didn't have it. But so if you get all in tonight and you get over to our team site, the support tab on there, and you get your proof that you're all into Andrea before 8 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow, she'll give you access to that. You can actually call in on that live call and be on the all-in call tomorrow night with us.
Congrats to Bing. He just went all in just now.
Oh, well,
Just
you'll be on the call with
Masters
us tomorrow
course.
night.
Congrats.
Who did?
I don't know if I'm saying this right. Bingy?
Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Binghai Incorporated.
Nice. Is that someone on your team, Amy?
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations to you as well. You just made $3,000.
Yep.
$17K a month.
Yeah, I just had my best month in Empower Nowhere.
Did you just fart really hard, Amy?
No.
I'm just kidding. Oh my goodness. Hey, Amy just had her best month in Empower Network.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's what, like 17,000 or something like that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she said that so nonchalantly. Yeah,
We're gonna have to change.
So Amy,
Well,
Amy,
technically,
wait,
I don't know if
Amy-
it counts because isn't it past midnight Eastern time? right now?
Well, yeah, but it's the 31st.
Oh, okay, then I did. Yeah. Okay.
I thought you were about to say it passes up. I was like,
No,
Chris 3K
sorry.
today.
So Amy said, you said you were getting a little drained there. I don't know. Did that just put a little more pep in your step? You got some time to stick around, or do you want to leave some closing thoughts?
I'm not going to be able to stick around too much longer. I'm not feeling well.
Yeah. Well, why don't you leave your closing thoughts on the night, Amy, and then you can kick it, and then we'll start closing up with everyone else.
Okay, awesome.
That way you can go get some rest and feel better. And we're all. And by the way, everyone who's here right now, just kind of send some positive energy Amy's way, some positive healing energy towards her because, yes.
Yes, just do.
yeah.
Mhm.
And I'd love to ask for some of that too.
Because I said so.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
I
actually
said
really
so.
hurting right now too.
My
so.
nipple hurts so bad, man.
Yeah, I have like these spots all over me.
Yeah, that's called. Apparently, I found out what that is, which is not as bad as what I thought it would. What I thought I heard from my sister, the nurse, when she took my niece and nephew to the doctor. But it's just folliculitis, which is like the follicle of your hair gets a little infected from a dirty hot tub. So it's going to go away in a couple days. So if you only have that, it's going to go away in a couple days.
Stuff.
And by the way, next all-in event, we will have someone cleaning the hot tub daily. Don't worry, guys. Like they were supposed to be.
Well, I don't think we're meant.
Hey Jordan, at our next event, will you bathe daily?
There was one day where I missed a shower, by the way, folks.
I'm just kidding.
But when I'm home by myself, sometimes I go 3-4 days without a shower because I'm just so busy.
Making money.
Not doing anything.
Not doing anything. I mean, if you're not working hard, what's the point in showering, you know? I mean, if you're just laying around getting grapes fed to you all day with someone fanning you with a big feather.
Really see the look on Rachel's face right now as you say that.
Yeah.
That's just nasty.
I know, right?
It's just grosses me out. I wouldn't even touch you.
Yeah, well, I don't want you to touch me.
I won't.
Oh, jeez.
Just for the record, too, for everyone who's watching, I have earphones in, so the little one has heard nothing that's went on before I get, hate mail from parent groups, and she's never up this late. So.
You hear
You can hear me talk. Can you hear what they're saying, or you can just hear what I'm saying?
I'm not listening.
Well, it's a good thing you know better.
She hears what I'm saying.
No, hey, she said she could hear some of it coming through. I mean, she's heard all the words before. She knows when's the appropriate time to use them, but I didn't want anyone to.
Which is never for her sake, right?
Yes, basically.
Wait till you're at least 9.5 before you start using some of these words, honey.
She's got a big smile on her face.
Oh man.
Nice.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Absolutely.
So one little teaser for what's going to happen next. We're not sure yet. We don't have it locked down for what we're going to do for the regional event because we have regional events in different areas. But what we were talking about, we had talked a little bit about it at the retreat and some even at the event with a few people. And I just talked with Jordan about it today, and it looks like that's what the direction we're going to go is instead of having a retreat or an event after the event because we have different regional ones and the whole team's not going to be able to be together. We may still have breakout rooms depending on the format. If we do, if they have breakout rooms, we'll still do that. But we're looking at doing a tour for those of you that want to jump in a party bus or rent a big bus, RV or a couple of them, and we'll tour to 3 of the events, Dallas, Anaheim, and Jordan's saying all the way to Orlando. So that's coast to coast in a week.
And we're going to stop a few places to go camping.
Yep. Have
kind
some
of check
fun.
out some sites to have a little decom. Well, the cool thing about doing that is like when we stop along the way to go camping somewhere for a night, we literally shut off our cell phones and shut off our computers, and you literally completely disconnect. So in between events, you'll have a complete decompression day where we will, like roast s'mores around the bonfire and, maybe catch a wild boar and like put them on a spit. It depends how wild we want to get here. If Landon's feeling manly enough, if his balls get a little bigger before then, maybe we can stab some wild pigs in the face.
Landon knows how to pitch a tent.
Oh my God, that was perfect.
Nice one, Bree.
And priceless.
Nice
Oh my
one,
God.
Bree.
Nice.
That was stellar. Oh
Yeah,
my
I'm
God,
glad you know about it,
I love it. I love it. Yeah, let's get you a big tent, Landon. So you can pitch a big tent.
Big tent.
And so that way we'll have some time to decompress and probably see some really cool sights, along the way as well. And when we do that one, it's going to really have to be like we're going to have to plan it out because we're going to need to know how big of a bus we need to get and, what's going to go on there. We might have a fleet of buses. We could possibly, I don't know how much it costs to rent a motorhome for 3.5 weeks, but I think it's like less than a few $1,000s and you can fit quite a few people in there. So, my goodness, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Cool.
The cool thing I was telling Chris earlier today, as I called, it was crazy. Let me just kind of fill this in here. I was sitting on the pier. We were up in what river were we on? Nehalem River, somewhere in Oregon here. We were reading our books and whatnot, and Rachel said to me something about getting a motorhome to go tour the 3 events that we're going to. And I was like, oh my God, that's perfect. Like my vision 6 months ago, if you've ever gone on a vision quest with David Wood and really found out what your purpose is, all I remember seeing at that point in time as I was like deeply in a trance, like you might go into a trance right now as I'm talking to you. Did you like that one, Landon?
That was awesome.
As I was going deeply into a trance there and listening to Dave Wood talk and really figuring out what my purpose was, all I could envision at that point in time was me driving the motorhome, which will not happen, trust me. I won't be driving. You guys are all safe. Don't worry. Was me driving the motorhome down the highway and the back of it being full of all my friends and family just being excited as heck because they had freedom, right? And it was something that I've always wanted because the people around me have never had the freedom the way I've had it. Not like we have here where people come in, like Amy just had a $17,000 month. People have never had that in my team before. It's amazing, Again, results vary and they're not average because we're not average because average is boring. But that's what I saw, and so I'm like, oh my God, I got to call Chris right now. And as I was saying that, I literally felt like the last vibration finally hit my pocket. I thought it was someone unimportant calling me because a lot of unimportant people call me, and so I pulled my phone out, and it was literally Chris calling me just a second before. And so as I was thinking I need to call Chris and tell him about this, my phone was ringing with Chris calling me to tell me that I was infected, and that's why my nipple hurt so bad. But, nevertheless, we got to talk about the motorhome extravaganza and all that stuff. And it was so funny. I'm like, dude, did Tim did Tim pinch my nipples really hard the other night? Because it hurts really bad. And Chris is like, yeah, about that. I'm like, oh, so there's something going on here. So I don't have cancer. I don't have breast cancer.
Yeah, well, both of my nipples hurt right now, dude. Like both of them. You've got one. I've got both of them.
Yeah, I was like, really? Man, did I get first I was like, did I get really bad titty twisters? And then a little bit like all of a sudden yesterday, I'm like, dude, do I have breast cancer? I was like, oh my God, I kind of started getting nervous about it because it wasn't going away. I was like, I've never had one hurt this bad for so long. Tim must have really got me good the other day, which he didn't.
Which he didn't. Yeah,
but
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you guys, it's so funny because everyone on the Hangouts are like, oh my God, Jordan, you say some crazy things, and then they saw me live in person at the All In retreat. They're like, we had no idea.
He actually does tone it down on the Hangouts, believe it or not.
Yeah, you guys think I don't. I do.
A lot.
And if you actually, it's funny, Dave Wood had one of those things that you strap onto your brain and then it reads your thoughts and sends them to your computer and controls your computer. so he could it's all for his hypnosis training and whatnot. Landy, you'd love it. It's like $900 for this thing.
Where do I
And
get
dude,
this?
if you put one of those on my head and attach it to my computer would fucking blow up, dude. It'd be like instantly just go kaboom, dude, because it would be confused.
What's the name of it?
I'll ask Dave.
Thanks,
I have no clue.
Landon is going to buy it no matter
I'm
what.
buying it. I'm starting that thing tomorrow, actually, the HoloSync or whatever.
Ooh, that's exciting, man.
Yeah.
Damn, Landon's about to become creative and
analytical. So
When are you starting tomorrow, Landon? I couldn't hear what you said. I'm sorry.
HoloSync. Did I pronounce it right?
Okay.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Something that connects your brain.
I gotta move back on with that, Chris. I gotta figure out how to convert those audio files from the FLAC files, which
FLAC. There's a converter that'll do it, and if you do it in iTunes, it'll actually convert it with a lossless codec into AAC, and it should be fine.
Do I have to download a codec for that?
No,
because I never figured out codecs, man. They always confuse me.
No, iTunes will do it automatically.
Oh, nice. Well, I'll just pop that into iTunes, and then I gotta
import
figure
it
out.
into iTunes.
Then the thing I gotta figure out is how to get the damn songs from iTunes onto my phone, because I can never figure that shit out. Ugh.
Google it.
So.
All right.
Go to
so,
YouTube.
Let's yeah, no, that doesn't work either, man. Trust me.
Yeah.
Let's
So let's wrap this up.
Wrap
Closing
this up.
thoughts.
Start some closing thoughts here.
Yeah, Thomas.
Yo, that's
Yo.
me. What's happening?
Say, dude, he's so much more energetic since he's not.
Isn't
working.
he?
I love it, man.
Thomas,
My
now all you got to
goodness.
do is just start jumping in, like
Yeah, we
jumping
got-
over and talking over people like me and Jordan do all the time.
Like what? Oh man.
You can't beat Jordan. It's impossible. He gets
Landon was a
gradually
rival for a
louder
little
and
bit
louder
there.
and louder and louder.
What's that?
Remember the first time Landon came on, and everyone's like, Jordan and Landon are just.
I like to talk to.
Yeah. So stop holding back.
Stop holding back. Yeah. Final thoughts. All right. Final thoughts. Well, let me see. Solomon, how are you? Good?
Hey, Thomas, my brother, what's up, man? Alles good?
Not much. Solomon and I have a special connection we made in Denver and up in Breckenridge. He and I, we were the only smokers up there, so we connected a little bit there, We are the nicotine buddies, But after listening to Solomon's story, I couldn't help myself thinking about all the people who ever talked to me about why they cannot join Empower Network, why they cannot come to an Empower Network event, or why they can't do anything in life, You have people here in this world like Solomon who really experienced a life and death situation, and it doesn't get worse than that. He had to walk through the desert. I was stuck in a avalanche up to my waist for 2 days and couldn't move and had to dig myself out of it. There are people right now somewhere in the world who fight for their lives and find a way to get out of this situation. And then on the other hand, you have people who whine and bitch about $25. They whine and bitch about $100. They whine and bitch about Facebook changing their image. They whine and bitch about their blog post doesn't quite look the way they want it to. And to those people out there, get the fuck over it, I mean, there's so much worse things out there in this world than that fucking shit in your mind, man. You just have to fucking rip out the credit card, slide it, put in your number, sign up for $25 and jump on the bus and ride the journey we are on, because we the change. We have fun and we make money. Disclaimer below, please click. And that's pretty much it, Stop whining and start the journey with us, And like she said before, each of us, we travel our own journey, but as a team, we travel together. We are not alone. You won't be alone. Nobody is alone. We are a family. Right?
That's right.
Yes? Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Thanks,
it.
man.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, Thomas is just coming out of a shell here in the last couple of weeks, man. That's awesome. I love it when you talk like that. All right. Well, Solomon, how about you, buddy?
Well, what? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Now see my microphone is working. But what I really want to say is just like I say, we are not in this world just like that. You know, we have all of us. We have a purpose, and maybe we don't know it yet. But what I'm saying is actually is like when you join like the team be the change, something hits you. You know, like light or something like that. Just like that. And you see that, but you don't realize it. But later on, you know, when you experience the lesson and the effort to meet and to talk people, that's when you really opens your door, you know, and then you see things that you never seen before. That's for me is like that. In every situation, you experience things differently. But this kind of feeling what I've felt, I can't even put it in words. You know, what does it mean? I have really like who says like has to be marinated? Is that Chris or Jordan? I don't know. But anyway, or somebody else. But those things what you experience, you know, it comes when I come home, like when I meet my family again, and it's something substitute. But not the whole feeling what you experienced in Denver. It doesn't fill it up because it takes just many times to work it out from your mind. But I don't want to forget you guys. I don't want to forget the feeling what I have Team Be the Change. So it's really very special. So what I'm saying is for people who are watching now this or thinking maybe this, maybe that, or like Thomas explained it, you know, the best to do is just shut everything and just do it, and don't look back. There is a song. It's called by Peter Tosh. You know, maybe you give them those record of Peter Tosh. Don't look back. You know, just do it. And when you do it, and you get the feeling what you never experienced it before, and that's my experience. I don't know if somebody feels the same way as I do, but that's the sparkling light when you touch you know, and that makes you live and kicking and going further. That's what happened to you. So I'm very, very happy I met you guys, and I miss you still. And well, that is my best experience what I have. But there is more to come, you know, for me especially, and I hope to enjoy many times with you, and I hope to also to be in every event with you guys. That's what I want. So, and I know we're gonna do it, and now I'm not alone, only in Holland, so I have at least experienced what it means to be with you, and I'm really happy about it, and I hope everybody gets well. And I'm going to have a cup of coffee, and I wish you guys good night. And I'm going further, going strong.
Right on.
Right on, Team Be the Change. Okay.
Right on. Thanks, bud.
Yeah.
Parag and Sarah. Go ahead.
Again, I'm just feel blessed and thankful. I think the whole journey is an experience is out of this world, and I'm just speechless. And I just want to say, you know, everyone that watched this video right here, right now, your time is right here, right now, do this moment. Click this link below and join us, disclaimer below. You won't regret anything, and then you will, you know, experience journey with us, goodness, kindness. I think life is good. Every step that you take matters, that you matters. Even little bit of step that you take, all decisions is all yours. Take ownership and just run with it. If your heart tells you this is needed, this is the thing that you need to do, follow it. Follow your heart. Follow your mind, because that's your heart tells you to do the right thing. And so we are here. We are now. We are in love, and we love you guys. And you know, right here, right now is the time, and I'm so blessed and I'm so thankful to have you guys. Our team be the change. And I'll see you very soon, in another couple months, and see you at the top. Love you guys.
All right.
Yep. On my side, I've actually that's probably a whole other topic by itself. But I've started to read a lot of the books on how the mind processes information, and I've actually learned that every decision we make has an actual physical impact on your brain. Your brain is changed at every single decision. Physically, it's not just like a thought, it's like a physical change. And I've been really interested into how that happens, so I've started to read more and more on about this, because I guess that's my engineer science analytical side that
Imagine
is
that.
interested in that. But it also relates to how a decision will actually, and that's what I said earlier, where we're going, we cannot predict it. The only thing we can predict is the decision we're going to make now. And by just making this decision, your brain is going to do everything it can to, follow up on that decision. So the only thing that has to be done now is make a decision to get started. And how that's going to happen, how are we going to market, what strategy, how do I post on the blog, whatever, that's going to, come up by itself along the way. And I'm like really interested in that right now, because that's something I've never really read about before, and I don't think a lot of people talk about it, how the brain really physically change on every decision we make. So the best I can say is to get started and take it from there. I mean, there's really nothing else at this point I can say.
All right, thanks guys.
Yeah.
Landon?
Yeah, what's up, guys? Yeah, like the big thing for me right now, like for everyone that's still watching this now, is
As
I
you're
would start,
watching this video now.
as you listen to me speak throughout the course of the next couple minutes. But I would really start doing things like with a sense of urgency over the next 50 days. Like there are like small moments in time where you can do really big things. Like for me, April was one of those like moments in time where everything literally, where I just decided I was going to do something, then everything literally just lined up perfectly for me to have my first $10,000 month online and go to like a place that was almost unbelievable for me. And right now is one of those times for everybody inside Empower Network because of the launch coming. I think it's like 51 days away. And so like if you've been struggling in the past, you can stop struggling right now and make a decision that you're going to do something big over the next 50 days and launch with a team and just be urgent about it. Just do something big. Just decide right now you're going to do it, and then do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. If you blog a lot, blog like crazy. If you talk to people on Facebook, talk to tons of people on Facebook. Do everything way bigger now than you've ever done it before. In 60 days from now, you'll look back on this moment and you'll be really glad that you did.
Nice. I agree.
Yeah.
It is a special time right now. So.
I love how Landon gets that little smirk on his face when he gets done with his hypnotic language, like you did him right. I just hypnotized the fuck out of those people. 'Cause he can, he might not be able to see it in the audience, but he can see it in our eyes. We're all like, so he's like, yeah, I did that.
Krista.
Hey, can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay. First of all, I want to thank you guys all again for the contribution that you guys all were to me last week. Landon, the time that you spent talking to me in the hallway just had a profound effect on how I was looking at everything that was happening to me. Angela helped me see with great clarity one of the biggest things that was blocking me, just in a simple, roomy conversation, talking in our room. Jordan, you just listening and letting me share with you what had been happening for me, that in and of itself was a huge breakthrough for me because it was something that I wasn't talking to many people about. and Chris, the time that you spent with me during doing the Psy-K, and then just the conversation that we had, sitting on the couch that night meant the world to me. So I just want to thank you all so much for being the family that I don't have biologically right now. I completely can relate to Solomon and how he felt when he left, and I look forward to being in a position soon to having the freedom to relocate to wherever I want to, and that area is actually one of the places that I'm considering, and you guys are a big part of that, because I feel like you're so much more than just a business team. So I just want to say thank you so much for everything, and for everybody who's listening here tonight for the first time. This really is a very special and unique place to be, and you're very lucky to have found it. So,
thank you. Bree.
Yeah, definitely. Just sitting here and thinking over my journey and how actually making that one choice, that simple one choice of deciding to start in this, it enlivened my journey. It definitely brought something that I never could even fathom. That was an experience. And looking back, there's nothing I regret about making the decision to start and get involved, knowing that I was in the right place at the right time. And because of that, I can honestly and truly say that I understand what it's like to be home. I had always heard, I'm getting emotional, home is where the heart is, and I know that's super cliche, but my heart is with you people and everything that you do for all of us, and it's truly something amazing, and I'm so blessed to be a part of it.
Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome. Rachel.
You just kind of talk. You don't have to hold a beer or anything.
Thank you to everybody, and thank you for letting me speak. I'm really excited to share more about my journey in the future when I earn it, which I will. Can't wait to go all in. Thank you guys for sharing your stories, each one of you, and thank you, Landon, for sponsoring me. And thank you, Jordan, for everything you helped me with getting home from Denver. Chris, thank you for being our awesome team leader, and can't wait for more. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
Man, I think everyone's covered how awesome of a family this is, and Landon, when you were talking there, something popped into my mind. Actually, Cyril, when you said something too, that this is the time right now, what we're rolling out here, not only within the company but within our team. It makes me think of something. My brother actually came to me years ago and he said, Jordan, he's like, I fucked up, man. He's like, I literally made a big mistake. There was an opportunity that he had at his fingertips years ago, and you guys probably actually know this company because, well, actually we're on one of their hangouts right now. It's called Google. Back when Google was not as big as it is now, back when it was still nothing, my brother had about $10,000 or $15,000 that he was ready to invest into Google. And the thing was, he actually listened to some people outside of him, or some negative forces, if you will, whether that's someone outside of him, or, and you can compare this to someone outside of you, or maybe some thoughts in your head, or some, negative emotions or whatever. But he listened to people outside of him say, you know what? That's all the money you have. That's probably better invested somewhere else. You shouldn't do that. Even though he knew deep down inside, in his heart, that was a good place to put his money, he still listened to the negative forces outside of him and did not put that money into Google. And I don't know what that would convert to nowadays. I don't know, $15,000 when Google was selling for, literally penny stocks, or less than $1 a share and whatnot. Now it's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars a share. He'd be set for a very long time. And the point that I'm making here, if you don't get it already, is that sometimes in life you have an opportunity sitting right in front of you. You have an amazing opportunity sitting at your fingertips. Literally, we've already laid the foundation. We've already paved the way, not only with Empower Network, but with everything we've set up, with what Chris has done, with what Amy has done, and she's not here right now, with what I've done, with what Landon's done, with what Thomas has done, with what Perig's helped us put together, with what Angela's laying out right now, and with what the entire team has really pulled together here within Team Be the Change, with everything we've we've put together here over the past 7 months and pulled together, literally the opportunity at your fingertips is comparable to that, comparable to having $15,000 to stick into Google stock before it became Google, because what's about to roll out here over the next 60 days is just the beginning. But we've already got everything in place. That's why, that's why people can come in here and work a few hours a day and have everything done. We were busting our ass in the beginning, working 17 hours a day because we had to lay this foundation of putting the team site together and doing everything. We don't have to do that anymore. It's already there. We've already got everything in place. You just start plugging in and getting people at the $25 level, and you plug them into our team site. I mean, Landon, for example, went from making $1,200 a month, and he was sponsoring a decent amount of people at that point in time. He was sponsoring consistently, and then the only thing Landon switched was he went from not plugging people into our team site to plugging people in. He did also start sponsoring more right after that, but he went from having, a $1,200 a month to over a $10,000 a month within 30 days. Now, you look at Angela over there, and I remember her contacting me and saying, Jordan, I'm sponsoring people like crazy, like I'm getting like 1 to 2 people a day sometimes, and I don't understand why I'm not getting upgrades, why I'm not making sales. And there's a certain person on my team right now, and that certain person may be watching this video right now who's sponsoring people, who's wondering why that person is not getting the upgrades they're getting because they're trying too hard to get their people to upgrade, when in fact we simply plug them into the team site. Like Angela, she started plugging her people into the team site. And how long did it take you, Angela? You went from a $1,400 a month in January to in last month you had almost a $14,000 a month. And that's 5.5 months later. And so, the foundation is here, folks. Everything is laid out already. Everything is at your fingertips right now. The opportunity is literally knocking on your doorstep. The question is, are you going to take action now, or are you going to wait 6 months and start taking action then and wonder why you didn't take action months earlier? I look back to, and you can't look back at the past and say, I wish I would have. And I don't do that now, but there's times months ago where I look back and say, if only I would have, if only I hadn't, if only I had stuck around and continued marketing in Power Network and not taken off for those 11 months. If only I had, been all in right away and not passed Amy up to Chris. That's $18,000 it cost me so far this year. If only I would have stuck around and continued marketing when I was having $8,000 and $9,000 months my first months in Empower, and I continued that momentum going, I'd be making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month right now. If only. Well, you can't look back at the past and change it. So look at right now, look at where you're at this moment and say, I'm making a decision right now to make my future completely different than it will be if I don't decide to take action, if I don't decide to get in right now, if I don't decide to give it all I got like Landon talked about and make the next 60 days the biggest 60 days of your life so that the next 6 years after that can be absolutely amazing. The next 60 years can be absolutely amazing. Because it's right now what's about to happen is something that's never happened before in this industry. It's something that's never happened before here, and we all have the opportunity to literally just tap into it and just completely transform not only our lives, but the people around us by leading by example. Change your life first, be the change, and then other people will follow.
Gangster, man. That was
all I got, man.
Awesome, bro.
Yeah, that's the truth right there.
It's hard to follow that up, Angela.
Right?
Yeah.
Hard to follow all you guys up. It's like
hey, you know what? Jordan's awesome, but you know what? Angela's got this. I ain't worried about her. Go ahead.
Hey, by the way, Angela's like ranked number 5 for Empower Network. She is the SEO queen, coming to the top, racing with all the big boys. So, who do we got on our team? That's amazing. I love it.
Yeah. All right, Angela, go ahead.
So yeah, I mean, this past week has been absolutely amazing. One thing that I really got clear on since I've actually gotten back is my why. And I think that it's really important that everybody, once you decide to click the button below and join, or if you're already on our team, that you really figure out what your core why is, because it's like a driving factor. I've been so motivated and literally just nonstop since I've come back from there. Got such a driving force now, and I think that it's like you kind of become unstoppable once you have that, and it's inevitable that you'll reach your goal. So that's me. I mean, and we all talked about like how much of a family we all are, and the next 60 days are going to be absolutely incredible leading up to this launch. And everybody is going to have the opportunity to make a lot of money if they decide to take action. So join now.
Well, that's it. That's good enough. I don't even need to add anything. I mean, you guys said it all. So we're just gonna leave it at that. And for next week, tomorrow, if you're all in, we'll be on the all-in coaching call for you. And if not, we'll see you next Tuesday on the next hangout. And for those of you that are just getting rolling, or you may have been here for a while and you're just now getting rolling, or you didn't think about that you were going to be getting rolling, and now all of a sudden you realize that it's time to get rolling, now is that time. And we'll see you soon. We'll see you with some results. We look forward to seeing you on the leaderboards. We look forward to seeing you in the team. And we look forward to bringing you out on the Hangouts when you have a success story to share. And so with that, we love you all, and we'll see you next week.
Good night, everyone.
Night.
Peace out.